we present Wodehouse Jeeves by P.G. Wodehouse. Starring Michael Hordern as Jeeves, Richard Briers as Bertie Wooster, and Clive Francis as Lord Chuffnell. From the book Thank You, Jeeves, Episode 1, Chuffnell Regis.
I was a shade perturbed. Nothing to signify, really, but still a spot concerned. Jeeves had just told me that Sir Roderick Glossop had called to see me earlier in the AM, and on being informed that I had not yet risen, had threatened to return later. And I must say, as I sat in the old flat, idly touching the strings of my banjolele, an instrument to which I had become greatly addicted of late, I couldn't for the life of me imagine why Sir R. Glossop should be paying me social calls. Well, consider the facts, I mean. Ostensibly a nerve specialist, but in reality, as everybody knows, nothing more nor less than a high-priced loony doctor, this old pot of poison long ago decided I was balmy to the core. Ever since the abrupt end of my engagement to his daughter Honoria, he has considered me about as socially acceptable as the germ of dementia precox. So, as I say, what he was doing infesting my doorstep, hammering to be allowed admission, was more than I could fathom. I was still playing the banjolele when he arrived. Those who know Bertie Wooster best are aware that he is a man of sudden, strong enthusiasms, and that when in the grip of one of these, he becomes a remorseless machine, tense, absorbed, single-minded. It was so in the matter of this banjolele playing of mine, and I was twanging the strings like one inspired when the door opened and Jeeves shoveled in the foul, strait-waistcoat specialist to whom I've just been alluding.
Sir Roderick Glossop, sir?
What? Sir Roderick, good morning.
You ought to be certified.
I beg your pardon.
You're a public menace. For weeks, it appears, you have been making life a hell for all your neighbours with some hideous musical instrument. Ah, I see you have it with you now. How dare you play that thing in a respectable block of flats? Infernal din!
Did you say infernal din?
I did.
Oh. Well, let me tell you that the man that hath no music in himself is fit for, Jeeves?
Sir?
What was it Shakespeare said the man who hadn't music in himself was fit for?
Treasons, stratagems, and spoils, sir?
Thank you. Is fit for treasons, stratagems, and spoils.
What are you talking about? Are you aware that the occupant of the flat below, Mrs. Tinkler Mulk, is one of my patients, a woman in a highly nervous condition?
Spare me the gossip from the loony bin. Might I inquire on my side if you were aware that Mrs. Tinkler Mulk owns a Pomeranian?
Don't drivel!
I'm not driveling. The animal yaps all day and not infrequently far into the night. So Mrs. Tinkler Mulk has had the nerve to complain of my banjolele, has she? Ha 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 ha! Let her first pluck out the palm which is in her own eye.
I am not here to talk about dogs. I wish for your assurance that you will immediately cease annoying this unfortunate woman.
I'm sorry she's a cold audience, but my art must come first.
That is your final word, is it?
It is.
Very good. You will hear more of this.
And Mrs. Tinkler Mulk will hear more of this.
Ah, good morning.
Ha! That showed the old crumb. Yes, Jeeves?
A letter has just been delivered, sir, from the manager of the building.
Mr. Manglehopper, you mean?
Yeah, precisely, sir.
Well, what did he have to say? Open it. I'm singing. Well, Jeeves?
The letter is in the nature of an ultimatum, sir, concerning the musical instrument.
Ha!
Complaints, it would seem, have been lodged by the Honourable Mrs. Tinkler Mulk of C6, by Lieutenant Colonel J.J. Bustard, DSO of B5, and by Sir Everard and Lady Blennerhassett of B7. In consequence, Mr. Manglehopper regrets that unless you abandon the practice of the instrument forthwith, he will have no option but to request you to leave Berkeley Mansions by the end of the month.
Clear out, you mean?
Yes, sir.
Very well. Then you better tool down to Mr. Manglehopper's office and inform him that I choose the latter alternative, Jeeves.
You are proposing to move, sir?
Well, surely you cannot imagine that I would ever consider any other course. We shall be well rid of these Tinkler Mokes, these Bustards, and these Blennerhassett Jeeves. I leave them without a pang.
But, sir, I fear you will encounter a similar hostility elsewhere.
Not where I'm going. It is my intention to retire to the depths of the country. In some old world sequestered nook, I shall find a cottage, and there resume my studies.
A cottage, sir?
A cottage, Jeeves. If possible, honeysuckle covered.
In that case, sir, I fear I must give my notice.
Jeeves, did I hear you correctly?
Yes, sir.
You actually contemplate leaving my entourage?
Only with the greatest reluctance, sir. But if it is your intention to play that instrument within the narrow confines of a country cottage...
You say that instrument, Jeeves, and you say it in an unpleasant, soupy voice. Am I to understand that you dislike this banjolele?
Exceedingly, sir.
Well, you've stood it all right up to now.
With great difficulty, sir.
Well, let me tell you that better men than you have stood worse than banjoleles. Are you aware that a certain Bulgarian, Ilya Gospodinov, once played the bagpipes for 24 hours without a stop? Ripley vouches for this in his Believe It or Not.
Indeed, sir.
But you suppose Gospodinov's personal attendant kicked? A laughable idea. They are made of better stuff than that in Bulgaria. Be Bulgarian, Jeeves.
No, sir. I fear I cannot recede from my position.
But dash it, you say you are receding from your position.
I should have said I cannot abandon the stand which I have taken.
You mean this, Jeeves?
Yes, sir.
You've thought it all out carefully, weighing the pros and cons, balancing this against that?
Yes, sir.
And you are resolved?
Yes, sir. If it is really your intention to continue playing that instrument, I have no option but to leave.
Then leave, dash it.
Very good, sir. Excuse me one moment.
Confound the blighter. Bally domestic Mussolini. Ha! Yes, Jeeves?
Lord Chuffnell, sir.
Chappie, old friend of my youth.
Hello, Bertie.
What are you doing at the jolly old Matrop? Thank you, Jeeves. That will be all.
Very good, sir.
I say, you're the very chap I wanted to see, Chappie. I can put a bit of business in your way.
Business?
Yes. How's Chuffnell Regis these days?
Well, the village, you mean?
Yes. You still own it, do you? Dozens of cottages at your disposal, what?
Well, yes.
I'd like to rent one from you instanter.
Well, certainly. But why?
Well, come along to the drones for a bite of lunch, and I'll tell you.
Well, I'd like to, Bertie, but I'm lunching with a man at the Carlton.
Well, give him a miss.
I couldn't.
Well, bring him along then. We'll make it a threesome.
Well, I don't think you'd enjoy it, Bertie. He's Sir Roderick Glossop.
My God, really? But he's just been here. I didn't know you knew him.
Well, I don't very well, but he's a great friend of my Aunt Myrtle.
And you're lunching with him. Is this wise, Chuffy? Is it prudent? It's an awful ordeal putting on the nose bag with this man. I know, I've done it.
Well, I dare say, but I've got to go through with it. I'm hoping he may have found someone to rent Chuffnell Hall for the summer.
The ancestral H? I thought you were trying to sell it.
Well, I am. But who wants to buy a house with 150 rooms in these times? I can't even give the bally edifice away. No, I'm stuck with it, Bertie, and that's that. However, all this doesn't explain what sends you to Chuffnell Regis. Not the prospect of hobnobbing with my Aunt Myrtle and my cousin Seabury, I take it.
What? That pair of pustules? Absolutely not. No, Chuffy, I am studying the banjolele.
Yes, I get the idea. So what you require is a cottage both quiet and secluded.
Have you one?
I've got the very shack for you. It's on the edge of the harbour and not a neighbour within a mile except Police Sergeant Vools. And he plays the harmonium, so you could do duets.
Fine.
Oh, and there's a troupe of nigger minstrels down there this year. You could study their techniques.
Chuffy, it sounds like heaven. I'll come tomorrow, and we shall be able to see something of each other for a change.
Well, you don't come playing that damn instrument at the hall.
Oh, no, man, of course not, no. But I'll drop over to lunch with you most days.
Thanks.
Don't mention it.
Oh, by the way, what has Jeeves got to say about all this? I shouldn't have thought he would care to be cooped up in a cottage with a banjolele.
Jeeves has nothing to say on that or any other subject. He may still be in evidence about the flat, but in fact we have parted brass rags.
What?
Yes. From now on, Jeeves will take the high road, and I'll take the low. he had the immortal rind to tell me that if I didn't give this up, he would resign. I accepted his portfolio.
You've really let him go?
I have. My self-respect would not permit me to accept the man's terms. You can push a Wooster just so far. Very good, Jeeves, I said. So be it. I shall watch your future career with considerable interest. That was that.
Well, so you've parted with Jeeves, have you? Well. Any objection to my looking in and saying goodbye to him, Bertie?
Well, none whatever. He's in the kitchen. Follow the green line.
It would be a graceful act.
Quite.
So I've always admired his intellect.
Oh, me too. No one more.
Yes, well, look, I think I'll be popping then, Bertie. Yeah. Well, cheerio.
Toodle pip, old man.
Cheerio.
Dash, Jeeves. La, da, da. Oh, this is no bally good. Jeeves?
Sir?
Has Chuffy gone?
Yes, sir. His lordship has just departed.
Jeeves, a word.
Yes, sir.
Touching on our conversation just now, I've been thinking things over. I have come to the conclusion that we have both been hasty. Let us forget the past. You may stay on.
It is very kind of you, sir, but are you still proposing to continue the study of that instrument?
Yes, Jeeves, I am.
Then I fear, sir.
Very good, Jeeves, that is all. I will, of course, give you an excellent recommendation.
Thank you, sir. It will not be necessary. I have just entered the employment of Lord Chuffnell.
What? You mean he scooped you in already?
Yes, sir. I go with him to Chuffnell Regis in about a week's time.
Oh, you do you? Well, it may interest you to know that I repair to Chuffnell Regis tomorrow.
Indeed, sir.
Yes, I've taken a cottage there. Oh, we shall meet at Philippi, Jeeves.
Yes, sir.
Or am I thinking of some other spot?
No, sir. Philippi is correct.
Right-ho, then, Jeeves. At Philippi.
Very good, sir.
Such, then, is the sequence of events which led up to Bertram Wooster on the morning of July the 15th, standing at the door of Seaview Cottage, Chuffnell Regis, Somerset, surveying the scene before him through the aromatic haze of a meditative gasper. It was the 5th morning of my visit, and I was feeling absolutely in the pink. The sun was shining, the sky was blue. Brinkley, my new man, was chatting across the hedge with our neighbour, Sergeant Vooles, who seemed to have looked in with a view to selling eggs. A casual cat was sniffing at a snail on the lawn, and in the harbour beyond, a whacking great yacht had rolled up and cast anchor. London seemed miles away. Which it was, of course. Even the fact that Jeeves had gone out of my life somehow didn't matter very much. I wouldn't be exaggerating if I said a great peace enveloped the soul. And then, as so often happens on these occasions, the GP was shattered by the most frightful racket, emanating, as far as I could determine, from the old two-seater which I had parked outside in the road. Buzzing to the gate with all possible speed, I found a small boy tooting my horn with a goodish amount of vim, and I was about to administer one on the side of the head when I recognized Chuffy's repulsive young cousin, Seabury.
Hello. Your horn isn't very loud.
I say, look, stop that, you little snurge. What are you doing here?
You're to come to lunch.
Is Chuffy back then?
Yes.
In that case, I'm at his service. Brinkley, I'll be out for lunch. Righto, Seabury, shift over and let me drive. So, Chuffy's back, eh? When did he return?
Last night.
Should we be lunching alone?
No.
Who's going to be there?
Mother and me and some people.
A party? I'd better go and put in another suit.
No.
You think this one looks all right?
No, I don't. I think it looks rotten, but there isn't time.
No. So you're at the hall today, are you?
Mother and I are living there again.
What, living there?
Yes, there's a smell at the Dower House.
Even though you've left it?
Ha ha. You really want to know? I expect it's my mice.
Your what?
I've started breeding mice and puppies, and of course they nip a bit. But Mother thinks it's the drains. Can you give me 5 shillings?
5 shillings?
5 shillings.
What do you mean, 5 shillings?
I mean 5 shillings.
I dare say. What I want to know is how we suddenly got onto the subject. We were discussing mice, and you introduced this 5 shillings motif.
I want 5 shillings.
Admitting that you may possibly want the sum, why the dickens should I give it you?
For protection.
What?
Protection.
What from?
Just protection.
You don't get your 5 shillings out of me.
Oh, all right. But things happen to guys that don't kick in their protection money.
What the devil are you talking about?
You'll see. Right, here we are. Pull up here. There's Chuffy on the steps. Thanks to the left. Bye!
But,
Oh, hello, Bertie.
Chuffy!
Come on in.
No, wait a minute, Chuffy. Young Blighty Seabury. What about him?
What about him?
Well, if you ask me, I say he's gone off his rocker. He's just been trying to touch me for 5 bob and babbling about protection.
That's his latest idea. He saw a gangster film last week.
You mean he's turned racketeer?
Yes, it's rather amusing. See, he goes around collecting protection money from everybody according to their means. He makes a good living out of it, too. Enterprising kid. You know, I'd pay up if I were you. I have.
Chuffy,
Yes?
what does this mean?
What does what mean?
This attitude of amused tolerance you're suddenly exhibiting towards this foul child and his diseased mind. This bally cheeriness. You'll be telling me next that your Aunt Myrtle has decided to remain indefinitely at the Hall, and you couldn't be more delighted. Come clean, my lad. You can't deceive me, not old Hawkeye Wooster. Something is up. What's all the ruddy happiness about?
Well, can you keep a secret?
No.
Well, it doesn't matter because it'll be in the Morning Post in a day or two. Bertie, I am getting Aunt Myrtle off this season.
Off? You mean somebody wants to marry her?
I do.
Well, who is this halfwit?
Your old friend, Sir Roderick Glossop.
What? But old Glossop can't be contemplating matrimony.
Why not? He's been a widower more than 2 years.
Well, I'm blessed.
Yes.
Well, there's one thing, Chuffy, old man. This means that little Seabury will be getting a really testing stepfather, and old Glossop just the stepson I could have wished him.
There is lots of good in this Glossop, Bertie.
Loose thinking, old man, he's a hellhound.
Well, he's doing me a bit of good anyway. He's found an American millionaire he thinks he can sell the Hall to.
Oh, really?
Yes. If all goes well, I shall at last get rid of this blasted barracks and have a bit of money in my pocket. And all the credit will be due to Uncle Roderick, as I'd like to think of him. So you will kindly refrain, Bertie, from making nasty cracks at his expense. You must learn to love Uncle Roddy for my sake.
Well, I'm sorry, Chuffy, but I fear I cannot recede from my position.
Personally, I regard him as a lifesaver.
Yes, but are you sure this thing is going to come off? I mean, what would even an American millionaire want with a place the size of the Hall?
Oh, well, that part of it is simple enough. He's a great pal of old Glossop's, and the idea is that he shall put up the cash and let Glossop run the house as some sort of country club for his nerve patients. All I'm worried about is getting his signature on the dotted line. Glossop's bringing him to lunch today, and I'm scared stiff something may go wrong. So I'm doing him well at the festive board. He's bound to soften up a bit after a fat lunch, isn't he?
Well, unless he's got dyspepsia. Many American millionaires have. This man of yours may be one of those fellows who can't get outside more than a glass of milk and a dog biscuit.
Not old Stoker.
Stoker?
Yes.
Stoker?
Yes.
Not J. Washburn Stoker?
The very same. Why, do you know him?
I met the old pirate in New York. Oh, my golly. He's coming to lunch, you say?
Yes, with his young son Dwight and his daughter Pauline.
Pauline?
You know her too?
Just a little.
Only a little?
Quite a little. Just fairly pally, that's all.
Then why did you jump 3 feet in the air when I mentioned her name?
Did I?
You did.
Oh, well, no reason. Just surprise.
She's a beautiful girl, Bertie.
Oh, very.
And charming.
Oh, most.
In fact, attractive.
Oh, quite.
I saw a good deal of her in London.
Yes?
We went to the zoo and Madame Tussauds together.
I see.
Oh, in fact, here they come.
Oh, gosh. Look, Chuffy, old man, I was thinking, if it's all the same to you, it might be better if I didn't join the throng at the luncheon table.
Why?
Well, J. Washburn Stoker doesn't like me. And it would be deceiving my public to deny that as I skimmed round the side of the house and shot into a vacant bush, I was pretty well a twitter. Chuffy's casual announcement that J. Washburn Stoker and his daughter Pauline were on the strength was about as juicy a biff as I've had for years. And when I've given you the inside story, I think you will agree with me that I was entitled to be about as a twitter as I jolly well liked. A situation fraught with disturbing potentialities had arisen. About 3 months before, you see, I'd popped across to New York for a space, and one night in the course of a beano of some description at the Sherry Netherland, I'd made the acquaintance of this Pauline Stoker. She got right in amongst me. Her beauty maddened me like wine. In New York, I've always found one gets off the mark quickly in matters of the heart. This, I believe, is due to something in the air. At any rate, 2 weeks later, I proposed to Pauline. She accepted me. So far, so good. But mark the sequel. Scarcely 48 hours after that, I received a letter from the father of the bride-to-be notifying me that it would be unnecessary to order the new sponge-bag trousers and gardenia because my nomination had been cancelled. I later learnt that the hand that had flung the monkey wrench into the machinery had been the hand of Sir Roderick Glossop. Over in New York to take a professional look at J. Washburn Stoker's second cousin George, he had seen the announcement in the morning paper and had immediately rung up J.W. to tell him that I was not the ideal son-in-law, being more or less off my onion. And now here I was, sitting in a bush at the back of Chufnell Hall, while J. Washburn Stoker, Pauline and old Glossop were all tumbling out of a car at the front. Embarrassing, what? Very. However, I didn't have long to ruminate on my predicament because I'd hardly got settled down comfortably in the bush or shrub when the leaves of the same were suddenly parted by a female hand and I found myself face to face with Pauline Stoker.
Well, well, well. Old Colonel Wooster in person. I thought it was. What are you doing in that bush, Bertie?
Nothing.
Well, come out and talk to me.
Are your father and old Glossop in the vicinity?
No.
Ah, righto then.
Well, well, you little blob of sunshine. You're looking fine. Say, what are you doing in these parts?
What, me? I'm temporarily in retirement. I've got a cottage down by the harbour.
You must have been surprised to see us.
I was.
More surprised than pleased, eh?
Oh, well, of course, old thing, I'm always delighted to meet you, but when it comes to your father...
He's not one of your greatest admirers, is he? Let's hope he doesn't come around the corner and find us with our heads together. He's convinced I'm still pining for you. Little knowing that you never had a happier moment in your life than when you got his letter.
No, I say.
Oh, Bertie, be honest. You know you were delighted and relieved.
Oh, dash it, really, I wish you wouldn't talk like that. I always esteemed you most highly.
You did what? Where do you pick up these expressions?
Well, I suppose from Jeeves, mostly. My late man. He had a fine vocabulary.
When you say late, do you mean he's dead or just unpunctual?
He's left me. He didn't like me playing the banjolele, and he is now with Chuffy.
Chuffy?
Lord Chufnell.
Oh. Bertie, have you known Lord Chufnell long?
Oh, rather.
You're great friends?
Bosom is the most used.
Oh, good. I hoped you were. I wanted to, talk to you about him. I can confide in you, can't I, Bertie?
Of course.
Oh, I knew I could. That's the comfort of having been engaged to a man. When you break it off, you feel such a sister.
You mean you look on me as a brother?
Yes, as a brother. How quick you are. And I want you to be very brotherly now. Tell me about Marmaduke.
I don't think I know him.
Lord Chufnell, idiot.
He's named Marmaduke. Marmaduke? That's why he was always evasive and secretive about it at school.
It's a beautiful name.
Hello. Nobody says Marmaduke is a beautiful name wantedly without good reason. Hello.
All right. Less of the Sherlock stuff. I'm not trying to hide anything. I was just going to tell you.
But you love this. Excuse me. This Marmaduke?
I'm crazy about him.
Good.
Don't you worship the way his hair fluffs up behind?
Well, I've better things to do than go about staring at the back of Chuffy's head. But if what you say is really so, young Pauline, be prepared for tidings of great joy. Chuffy and I were talking about you just now, briefly, and a certain bulbous look in the old boy's eyes, taken with a marked crimsoning of the complexion and a definite wiggling of the nose, convinced me that he is deeply enamored of you.
I know that, you chump. Do you think a girl can't tell?
Oh. But I mean, if he loves you and you love him, I fail to comprehend what you're beefing about.
Why can't you understand? He's obviously dippy about me, but not a yip from him, not a syllable.
Well, of course not. But surely you realize there's a certain decency in these matters, a certain decorum. Naturally, he wouldn't say anything yet. Dash it, give the man a chance. He's only known you 5 days. Anyway, what do you want me to do about it?
Well, you're a friend of his. You could give him a hint. Tell him there's no need for cold feet. Oh,
What? Oh, Jeeves?
Good afternoon, sir.
Well, Jeeves, what is it?
Mr. Stoker, sir. He's inquiring after Miss Stoker's whereabouts.
Oh, you better push along, Pauline.
Oh, I suppose so. Oh, will you talk to him, Bertie, for me?
The matter shall have my prompt attention.
Oh, thank you. Well, see you later, then. Bye-bye.
Cheerio. Jeeves,
Sir?
I should rather like, if you have a moment to spare, to split a word with you regarding old Chuffy.
Very good, sir.
You'll agree with me that something's got to be done about the 5th Baron, I take it?
I beg your pardon, sir?
Oh, come, Jeeves. A little less coyness, if you please.
Am I correct in supposing, sir, that you are alluding to his lordship's feelings towards Miss Stoker?
Exactly. Now, mark this, Jeeves. she too loves. And what's more, she detects the love light in his eyes. But what's worrying her is that he does not tell his love, but lets concealment like what, Jeeves?
A worm i' the bud, sir.
Yeah, feed on his something...
Damask cheek, sir.
Damask? You sure?
Quite sure, sir.
Oh. Well, then, what on earth is it all about? I mean, he loves her, she loves him, so what's the snag? I know Chuffy, a swift performer, if ever there was one. Yet now look at him, missing on every cylinder. Why?
His lordship is a gentleman of scruples, sir. He feels that, being of straitened means himself, he has not the right to propose marriage to a young lady as wealthy as Miss Stoker.
But she isn't as rich as all that. Just comfortably off, I should say.
No, sir. Mr. Stoker's fortune amounts to as much as $50 million.
What? You're talking through your hat, Jeeves.
No, sir. I understand that was the sum which he inherited recently under the will of the late Mr. George Stoker.
Good Lord, Jeeves. Has second cousin George handed in his dinner pail?
Yes, sir.
And left all his money to old Stoker?
Precisely, sir.
Well, that explains everything, then. I was wondering how he managed to be going about buying vast estates. The young liner in the harbour is his, of course.
Yes, sir.
Well, but dash it, George must have had nearer relations.
Yes, sir. I understand that he disliked them all.
You know about him, then?
Yes, sir. I saw a good deal of his personal attendant when we were in New York, a man named Benstead.
I see. And second cousin George was potty, wasn't he?
Certainly extremely eccentric, sir.
Any chance of one of those other relations contesting the will?
I do not imagine so, sir, but in such a case, Mr. Stoker would rely on Sir Roderick Glossop, of course, to testify that the late Mr. Stoker, while possibly somewhat individual in his habits, was nevertheless perfectly sane. The testimony of so eminent a mental specialist as Sir Roderick would be unassailable.
You mean he'd say, why shouldn't a fellow walk about in his hands if he wants to, say, his shoe leather and so forth?
Exactly, sir.
So there's no chance of Miss Stoker ever being anything except the heiress to $50 million?
Virtually none, sir.
And yet why, Jeeves? Why all this fuss about money? Chuff is just being a silly ass. We must talk him out of it.
Impossible, sir, I fear. His lordship has a complex.
A what?
A complex, sir. It seems that he once witnessed a musical comedy in which one of the dramatis personae was a certain impecunious peer, Lord Watley, who was endeavouring to marry an American heiress. And this individual appears to have made a lasting impression on his mind. He stated to me in the most unequivocal terms that he refused to place himself in a position where comparisons might be instituted.
Yes. Well, in that case, Jeeves, we must take a different line with Chuffy. Obviously, the silly fathead must be shoved over the brink. What he needs is a jolt. So do you know what I'm going to do, Jeeves?
No, sir.
I am going to kiss Miss Stoker and take care that Chuffy sees me do it.
Really, sir, I should not advocate...
Peace, Jeeves, peace. I've got the whole thing taped out. It came to me in a flash as we were talking. After lunch, you will inform Miss Stoker that I wish to see her here at this rustic bench. You will also arrange that Chuffy follows her. Waiting till I see the whites of his eyes, I shall fold her in a close embrace. If that doesn't work, nothing will.
I consider that you will be taking a decided risk, sir. His lordship is in a highly emotional condition.
Well, a Wooster can put up with a punch in the eye for the sake of a pal. No, Jeeves, no, Jeeves, no. I desire no further discussion. The thing is settled. All that remains is to fix the time. Let's say 2:30, shall we?
Very good, sir.
Oh, wait a minute, Jeeves. I spot a flaw straight away. They will arrive together.
No, sir. I can easily detain his lordship for a moment on some matter.
Such as?
I have long been desirous of canvassing his lordship's views as to the desirability of purchasing some new socks.
Well, you know how you are when you get on the subject of socks, Jeeves. Don't get carried away and keep him talking for an hour. I want to get this thing over.
I quite understand, sir.
Righto then. 2:30 it is, what?
Very good, sir.
You can count on Jeeves. At 2:30 precisely, I observed a gleam of white among the bushes, accompanied by a girl's voice tra-lying like Billy-O, and the next moment, Pauline Stoker was in my midst, looking more beautiful than ever, too. Nevertheless, I don't mind admitting I wasn't feeling as yeasty as I would have liked at this juncture. What with having to go without lunch, and knowing that in 5 minutes' time I would probably be nursing a black eye or a swollen beezer, I was, not to beat about the bee, a good deal worked up. Taut, if you know what I mean. On edge. Tense. Pauline had grabbed my arm and was beginning to make some species of communication, but I heard her not. For at this point, I caught sight of Chuffy's hat over a shrub and knew that the moment had come to act. Folding the girl in my arms, I got home on her right eyebrow. It wasn't one of my best, I will admit, but it was a kiss within the meaning of the act, and I fancied that it ought to produce results. And so, no doubt, it would have done, had the fellow under the Homburg hat, who now entered stage left, been Chuffy. But it wasn't. It was old Pop Stoker. Say what you like against civilization, it comes in dashed handy in a crisis like this. There was just one instant when his foot twitched, and it seemed as if what you might call the primitive J. Washburn Stoker was about to find self-expression. But then, civilization prevailed, and pausing only to make a noise like a pig swallowing half a cabbage, he collected Pauline and left me alone, at liberty to think the thing over. Or rather, not quite alone, because suddenly Chuffy bounded into my little sylvan glade, looking noticeably pop-eyed.
Look here, Bertie, now, what's all this I hear from Sir Roderick?
What's all what you hear, old man?
Why didn't you tell me you'd been engaged to Pauline Stoker?
I fail to understand you, Chuffnell. Do you expect me to send you a postcard?
Well, you could have told me this morning.
I saw no reason to do so. And anyhow, the entire binge only lasted 48 hours from kick-off to finish. Glossop himself saw to that.
Now, you swear that?
Certainly.
Only 48 hours?
Less.
And there's nothing between you now?
Nothing.
You're sure?
Nothing whatever. So charge in, Chuffy, old man. Follow the dictates of the old heart and fear nothing. The girl is potty about you.
Who told you that?
She did.
Herself?
In person?
Well, she does really love me?
Passionately, I gathered.
Well, this has certainly put the butter on the spinach. I feel a new man. Look, I'm awfully sorry if I appeared a bit rattled just now, Bertie, but see, when a fellow's just got engaged to a girl, it's rather a jar to find that she was engaged to somebody else about 2 months before.
Are you engaged? Since when?
Since about 10 minutes ago.
But how about Watley?
Who told you about Watley?
Jeeves.
Well, Jeeves talks far too much. As a matter of fact, Watley didn't enter into the matter at all. Immediately before I fixed things up with Pauline, old Stoker told me he had decided to buy the house.
Really?
I think it was the port that did it. I lushed him up on the last of the 85.
You couldn't have done a wiser thing. Your own idea?
No, Jeeves's.
Ah, Jeeves is a wonder.
A marvel.
What a brain.
Size 9 1/4, I should say.
He eats a lot of fish, you know. What a pity he has no ear for music. Never mind. Well, this is fine, Chuffy. I hope you'll be very, very happy. I can honestly say that I always looked on Pauline as one of the nicest girls I was ever engaged to.
I wish you would stop harping on that engagement, Bertie.
Quite.
I'm trying to forget you ever were engaged to her.
Quite.
Yes, well, all right, then. Look, I'd better be getting along. I suppose Stoker will want to talk to me about buying the house. Are you coming?
No, thanks, Chuffy, old man. No, I'm not so dashed keen on mingling with your little troupe. I could stand your Aunt Myrtle. I could even stand little Seabury, but add Stoker and Glossop, and the going becomes too sticky for Bertram. I shall take a saunter about the estate until tea time. Then I shall call in on Jeeves for a nice hot cup and a slab of toast. In fact, Jeeves, even muffins would scarcely be out of place on an occasion like this. You heard about Stoker promising to buy the house?
Yes, sir.
And the engagement?
Yes, sir.
I suppose old Chuffy is feeling great.
Not altogether, sir.
Eh?
No, sir. I regret to say that there has been something in the nature of a hitch.
Well, they can't have quarrelled already.
No, sir. His lordship's relations with Miss Stoker continue uniformly cordial. It is with Mr. Stoker that he is on distant terms.
Oh, my God, what happened?
The origin of the trouble was a physical contest between Master Seabury, sir, and Master Dwight Stoker, who, if you recollect, was also a member of the luncheon party.
Oh, Dwight, yes.
Yes, sir. It appears that from their initial meeting there was a lack of perfect sympathy between the young gentlemen, sir, and this came to a head some 40 minutes after the conclusion of the meal. They had gone off together to the small morning room, and there, it appears, Master Seabury endeavoured to exact from Master Dwight the sum of 1 shilling and 6pence for what he termed protection.
Oh, golly.
Yes, sir. Master Dwight, I gather, declined in a somewhat high-spirited manner to kick in, as I believe the expression is, and one word led to another, with the result that at about 3:30, sounds indicative of a brawl were heard proceeding from the morning room, and the senior members of the party repairing thither discovered Master Dwight seated on Master Seabury's chest, bumping his head on the carpet.
Gosh, Jeeves.
Yes, sir.
And then?
The action became, as it were, general, sir.
But the old brigade lent a hand?
Yes, sir. The initiative being taken by the Dowager Lady Chuffnell. On witnessing the position of affairs, her ladyship uttered a sharp cry and struck Master Dwight with considerable force on the right ear.
Upon which, of course...
Precisely, sir. Mr. Stoker, espousing the cause of his son, aimed a powerful kick at Master Seabury.
And got him, Jeeves. Tell me he got him.
Yes, sir. Master Seabury was rising at the moment, and his attitude was exceptionally well adapted for the receipt of such an attack. The next moment, a heated altercation had broken out between her ladyship and Mr. Stoker. Her ladyship called to Sir Roderick for support, and he, somewhat reluctantly, it appeared to me, proceeded to take Mr. Stoker to task for the assault. High words ensued, and the upshot of it was that Mr. Stoker, with a good deal of warmth, informed Sir Roderick that if he supposed that he, Mr. Stoker, intended to purchase Chuffnell Hall after what had occurred, he, Sir Roderick, was in grave error.
Well, get it over with, Jeeves. I can see what's coming. Oh, thanks.
Yes, sir. Now, I agree with you that the whole affair has something of the dark inevitability of Greek tragedy. Upon this, his lordship urged Mr. Stoker to disclaim those words, and, such disclaimer not being immediately forthcoming, his lordship, I regret to say, became somewhat unguarded in his speech.
Chuffy ticks Stoker off.
With considerable vigour, sir, stating in an extremely candid manner his opinion of the latter's character, commercial probity, and even appearance.
Oh, that must have put the lid on it.
It did appear to create a certain coldness, sir.
And then?
That terminated the distressing scene, sir. Mr. Stoker returned to his yacht with Miss Stoker and Master Dwight. Sir Roderick has gone to secure accommodation for himself at the local inn. Lady Chuffnell is applying arnica to Master Seabury in his bedroom. His lordship, I believe, is taking the dog for a run in the West Park.
And when all this happened, had Chuffy told Stoker he wanted to marry Miss Stoker?
No, sir.
Well, I can't see how he can very well do it now.
I fancy the announcement would not be cordially received, sir.
No, they will have to meet by stealth.
Even that would be a little difficult, sir. I should have mentioned that I chanced to be an auditor of a conversation between Mr. and Miss Stoker, from the substance of which I gathered that it was the gentleman's intention to keep Miss Stoker virtually in durance vile on board the yacht for the duration of their stay.
But you said he didn't know anything about the engagement.
Mr. Stoker's motive in immuring Miss Stoker on the vessel is not to prevent her encountering his lordship, but to obviate any chance of her meeting you, sir.
What?
The fact that you embraced the young lady has convinced him that her affection for you has persisted since your parting in New York.
Are you sure you really heard all this, Jeeves?
Yes, sir.
But how did you come to do that?
I was conversing with his lordship on one side of a screen of bushes when the conversation I have described broke out on the other side. There was no alternative but to overhear Mr. Stoker's remarks.
What? You were talking with Chuffy, did you say?
Yes, sir.
And he heard all that too?
Yes, sir.
About me kissing Miss Stoker?
Yes, sir.
Well, did it seem to stir him up?
Yes, sir.
What did he say?
He mentioned something about scooping out your insides, sir.
Jeeves, this calls for careful thought. Advise me.
Oh, well, sir, now I would suggest that you do not immediately return to your cottage, where I believe his lordship intends to visit you after walking the dog, but rather spend the next few hours elsewhere.
A good ruse, Jeeves. I shall go to Bristol for the evening. I feel a need for the lights from the wine anyhow.
Very good, sir.
And you think Chuffy will have cooled down by tomorrow?
In all probability, sir. But should his lordship refer to the incident again, I think it might be judicious if you were to attempt to persuade him that the spirit in which you embraced Miss Stoker was a purely brotherly one.
Brotherly? Brotherly? Well, you think I could get away with that?
I fancy so, sir.
Ah, right-ho, Jeeves. If you say so.
Well, thank you very much, sir.
I suppose it must have been getting on for midnight when I fetched up again outside the Wooster GHQ, and I just finished garaging the car when I spotted a dim figure infesting the Chuffnell Regis waterfront not far off. The next moment, this DF started sprinting towards me, yelling my name, and I realized with a stab of horror who it was. It was Marmaduke, 5th Baron Chuffnell.
Aha, Wooster, there you are at last.
Here I am. Yes, Chuffy. And I've heard all. Jeeves told me. Too bad, too bad. I little thought, old man, when I bestowed a brotherly kiss on Pauline Stoker by way of congratulating her on your engagement, that you would so totally misinterpret my action.
Brotherly?
Essentially brotherly.
Old Stoker didn't seem to think so.
Well, we know what sort of a mind old Stoker has got, don't we?
Brotherly?
Chuffy, I suppose I shouldn't have done it. But you know how it is when a fellow you've been at private school, Eton and Oxford with, gets engaged to a girl on whom you look as a sister. One is carried away.
Yeah. Well, all right. But in the future, a little less of this fraternal stuff.
Quite.
I mean, switch it off. Resist the impulse.
Certainly.
If you want sisters, seek them elsewhere.
Just so.
And I don't want to feel when I'm married that at any moment I may come into the room and find a brother and sister act in progress.
I quite understand, old man. Then you still intend to marry this Pauline?
Of course I intend to marry her.
Even though old Stoker isn't going to buy the hall?
What are you talking about?
Well, what price Watley now?
Bertie, don't please remind me of a time when I must have been absolutely potty. I can't imagine how I ever felt like that. The curse of Watley has been exorcised. This wedding is going through.
Fine.
After all, what does money matter?
Quite.
And I mean, love's love.
Absolutely.
I say, old man, I suppose she really does love me, though.
Didn't she say so?
Well, she said so, yes. Yes, she said so, but, I mean, can you believe what a girl says?
My dear chap.
Well, I mean, they're great kidders. She may have been fooling me.
Morbid laddie.
It seems so dashed odd that she should have let you kiss her.
I took her by surprise.
She could have sloshed you on the ear.
Why? She naturally divined that the embrace was purely brotherly.
Brotherly?
Wholly brotherly.
Well, it may be so. Have you any sisters, Bertie?
No.
But if you had, you would kiss them?
Repeatedly.
And you really do swear there's nothing between you and Pauline now?
Absolutely nothing. We have often laughed heartily at the thought of that moment's madness in New York.
I've never heard you.
Haven't you? Oh, we have. We have done, frequently.
Oh. Well, perhaps it's all right, then. I suppose it's all right. Well, very well. Well, look, good night, Bertie. I'll just be getting on with keeping a silent vigil beneath her window all night.
What? Are you going to stay out here all night on the quayside?
The girl I love is incarcerated in that bally yacht. I shall naturally keep watch over her.
Oh, quite. How long have you been here?
About 10 minutes. Well, good night, Bertie. A walk round the harbour is indicated.
Good night, old man.
Good night.
Oh. Oh, now, where's that bally candle? Ah. There we are. Oh, my golly! Who's that in my bed?
It's all right, Bertie. It's only me.
Pauline. Oh, gosh.
In that episode, the parts were played as follows. Jeeves, Michael Hordern, Bertie, Richard Briers, Lord Chuffnell, Clive Francis, Pauline Stoker, Connie Booth, Sir Roderick Glossop, John Graham, Seabury, Joe Manning Wilson. The banjolele was played by Billy Bell. The episode was adapted for radio by Chris Miller from the book Thank You, Jeeves by P.G. Wodehouse. The programme was produced by Peter Titheridge. present What Ho, Jeeves by P.G. Wodehouse. Starring Michael Hordern as Jeeves, Richard Briers as Bertie Wooster, and Clive Francis as Lord Chafnell. From the book Thank You, Jeeves, Episode 2, Sinister Behaviour of a Yacht Owner.
It has been well said of Bertram Wooster that he is a man who is at all times glad to see his friends and can be relied upon to greet them with a cheery smile and a gay quip. But I do make one proviso, viz., that the conditions be right. And when I walked into the bedroom of my Chufnell Regis cottage just after midnight and found that the contents of the bed, reading from left to right, were Pauline Stoker in my heliotrope pyjamas with the old gold stripe, the conditions, whatever else they were most emphatically not right. For I knew that prowling along the quayside, not a quarter of a mile from my front door, was Pauline's fiancé, Marmaduke, 5th Baron Chufnell. This Chufnell, I should perhaps explain, had only that afternoon, on hearing that I had kissed the above Pauline, expressed the intentions of scooping out my insides and scattering them to the four winds. So you'll understand why, as I spotted the young Beazle nestling there in my slumberware, I uttered a startled yip, dropped my candle, and leapt a liberal inch and a half from terra firma. It was as if I'd been spiked in the trousering with a gimlet or bodkin. What are you doing here?
It's all right.
All right?
Quite all right.
Oh, it's all right, is it? Ah!
Don't make such a noise.
There's a corpse on the floor.
There isn't. I should have noticed it.
There is, I tell you. I was groping about with a candle, and my fingers touched something cold and still and clammy.
Oh, that's my swimming suit.
Your swimming suit?
Do you think I came here by airplane?
You swam here from your father's yacht?
Yes. He was keeping me prisoner on board, so I escaped.
But why? Why have you come here? I mean, what is this all about? Oh, that's better.
You know, Bertie, steps should be taken about you.
Eh?
You ought to be in some sort of a home.
I am. My own. The point I wish to thrash out is, what are you doing in it?
What on earth did you want to kiss me like that for in front of Father this afternoon? It was just plain straight goofiness. I told you he thinks I'm still pining for you. Now you've given him the perfect excuse for locking me up. You're the one who ought to be locked up. Sir Roderick Glossop's quite right. Why are you still at large? You must have a pull of some kind.
The incident to which you allude is readily explained. When I kissed you this afternoon, I thought it was Chuffy behind the bush, not your bally father.
I don't understand.
If I remember correctly, young P. Stoker, you requested me before lunch to give Chuffy a push in the direction of proposing to you. The idea of the embrace, therefore, was to make him feel, on seeing it, that if he didn't get into action eftsoons all right speedily, he might lose you.
You didn't think that out by yourself. That was very sweet of you, Bertie.
Oh, we Woosters are sweet, exceedingly sweet when a pal's happiness is in the balance.
I can see now why I accepted you that night in New York. There's a sort of woolly-headed duckiness about you. You know, if I wasn't so crazy about Marmaduke, I could easily marry you.
Oh, no, don't dream of it. I mean to say...
Oh, it's all right. I'm not going to. I'm going to marry Marmaduke. That's why I'm here.
Oh, that's why you're here?
Yes. I wanted somewhere to lie low till I could get some clothes. I mean, I couldn't go up to the hall in a swimming suit, could I?
I suppose not. So you swam ashore to get to Chuffy?
Of course.
And you didn't see him?
See him? He's up at the hall, isn't he?
Oh, yes, absolutely. At the hall, definitely, quite. Yes. When did you swim over?
About half an hour ago.
I see. Why?
I told you, to see Marmaduke. This evening, your man Jeeves was saying...
My late man. If you remember, he resigned his portfolio last week.
All right, your late man. Your late man Jeeves arrived with an early letter from Marmaduke. Oh, boy, was that a letter. I cried 6 pints when I read it. It throbbed with poetry. I felt I couldn't wait another day without seeing him. What was that poem about a woman wailing for her demon lover?
A woman wailing for... there you have me. No, Jeeves would know.
Well, that's what I felt like. And talking of Jeeves, what a man. Sympathy. He drips with it.
Oh, you confided in Jeeves?
Oh, yes. And told him what I was going to do.
And he didn't try to stop you?
Stop me? He was all for it.
Oh, he was he?
You should have seen him. Such a kind smile. He said you'd be delighted to help me.
He did he?
Oh, yes. And he lowered me from the side of the boat by a rope, too. I couldn't dive, you see, because of the splash.
So, my man, my late man, whom I have nurtured in my bosom for years and years, a fellow I have always looked on more as some sort of an uncle than a personal attendant, has got nothing better to do of an evening than fill my bedroom with girls.
Bertie, are you annoyed?
Annoyed?
Well, you sound annoyed. I can't see why. I should have thought you would have been only too glad of the chance of helping me get to the man I love. Aren't you?
Oh, quite. But what you and this Jeeves of yours have omitted to take into your calculations is that I have a reputation to keep up, an unspotted name to maintain in its pristine purity. This cannot be done by entertaining girls who arrive in the middle of the night without so much as a buy your leave and coolly pinch your heliotrope pyjamas. I am a reputable bachelor, young Pauline, who has never had his license so much as endorsed. What are people going to say when they find you here?
No one is going to find me here.
Let us hope not. What about Brinkley, eh?
Brinkley? Who's Brinkley?
My man.
Your late man?
My new man. At 9 tomorrow morning, he will bring me tea.
Well, you like that.
He will bring it to this room. He will approach the bed. He will place it on the table.
What on earth for?
To facilitate my getting at the cup and sipping.
Oh, you mean he'll put the tea on the table? You said he'd put the bed on the table.
I never said anything of the sort.
Well, you did, distinctly.
My dear child, I must really ask you to use your intelligence. Brinkley is not a juggler. He is a well-trained gentleman's gentleman, and would consider it a liberty to put beds on tables. And why should he put beds on tables? The idea would never occur to him. I mean, he...
Wait a minute, Bertie. Stop. You keep babbling about Brinkley, but there isn't a Brinkley.
There is a Brinkley. One Brinkley. And one Brinkley coming into this room at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning and finding you in that bed will be enough to start a scandal which will stagger humanity.
I mean, he can't be in the house.
Of course he's in the house.
Well, then he must be deaf. I made enough noise getting in to wake 6 gentlemen's gentlemen, apart from smashing a window at the back.
You smashed a window?
I had to, or I wouldn't have got in. It was the window of some sort of bedroom on the ground floor.
But dash it, that's Brinkley's bedroom.
Well, he wasn't in it.
Well, why on earth not? I told Jeeves to tell him he could have the evening off, not the night.
I can see what's happened. He's away on a toot somewhere and won't be back for days. Father had a man who did that once. He went out for his evening from our house on East 67th Street, New York, on April the 4th in a bowler hat, gray gloves, and a check suit, and the next we heard of him was a telegram from Portland, Oregon on April the 10th saying he'd overslept himself and would be back shortly. Well, that's what your Brinkley must have done.
Well, let us hope so, because otherwise... Oh, my golly, who's that?
It's Father.
What have you blown the candle out for?
So he can't see a light in the window, of course. If he thinks you're asleep, he may go away.
What a hope. Are you really sure it's your father?
Positive.
Oh.
Well, that sounds like him, doesn't it?
It does, yes. Oh, gosh.
Well, I suppose you'd better go down, Bertie.
I suppose so.
Or shall we pour water on him from the staircase window?
What? Don't dream of it. Dismiss the project utterly and absolutely from your mind.
Why?
Why? A dry J. Washburn-Stoker seeking an errant daughter is bad enough. A J. Washburn-Stoker stimulated to additional acerbity by a jugful of H2O on the bean, I positively decline to contemplate. I'll have to see him.
Well, be careful.
How do you mean, careful?
Oh, just careful. Still, of course, he may not have a gun.
What exactly would you say the odds were for and against?
I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember if Father is a Southerner or not.
A what?
I know he was born at a place called Carterville, but I can't recollect if it was Carterville, Kentucky or Carterville, Massachusetts.
What the biggest difference does it make?
Well, if you smirch the honor of a Southerner's family, he's apt to shoot.
Would your father consider it smirch the family honor your being here?
Bound to, I should think.
Yes, I tend to agree. In fact, I think a purist might consider the smirching pretty good. Dash it. Well, wherever this ghastly parent of yours was born, I shall have to go down and talk to him. That door will be splitting asunder soon.
Is there anywhere I can hide?
No.
Why not?
Well, I don't know why not. They don't build these country cottages with secret rooms and underground passages. When you hear me open the front door, just stop breathing.
Do you want me to suffocate?
I would prefer not to answer that question. Now, be quiet. I'm going down. Oh, my golly. Wait a minute. Hello? Yes?
Taking your time, haven't you? What's the matter with you, young man? Deaf or something?
Oh, frightfully sorry. I thought you were someone else, don't you know?
Oh, beg your pardon, sir. I thought you was the young man Brinkley.
Brinkley? Brinkley's out. You a pal of his?
No, sir, Sergeant Vooles.
Oh, Sergeant Vooles. Anything I can do for you?
Well, sir, this is my young nephew, sir, Constable Dobson.
Oh, Dobson, a fine night, is it not?
Oh, yes, sir. But I seen something suspicious, sir.
Yes, sir. Are you aware, sir, the window broke at the back of your residence? My young nephew has spotted it and thought best to wake me up and have me investigate, see? A ground floor window, sir, with a whole pane of glass gone from it.
Oh, that. Yes, Brinkley did that yesterday. Silly ass.
You knew about it then, sir?
Oh, yes. Quite all right, Sergeant.
Well, you know best if it's quite all right, sir, but I should say there was a danger of marauders getting through.
I thought I did see a marauder getting through, Uncle Ted.
What? Then why didn't you tell me before, you young martinet? And don't call me Uncle Ted when we're on duty.
No, Uncle Ted.
You'd best let us make a search of the house, sir.
No, certainly not, Sergeant. No. Quite out of the cue.
It would be wiser, sir.
Sorry, but it can't be done. Absolutely not.
Well, please yourself, sir, but you're shackling the police. That's what you're doing, say. There's too much shackling of the police these days. There was a piece of the mail about it yesterday. Unshackle the police, it said, because of the increase of crime in lonely rural districts. The number of indictable offences, it said, has rose from 134,581 in 1929 to 147,031 in 1930. And it's because the police are shackled, sir.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir. And you're going to be sorrier when you go upstairs to your bedroom and a marauder cuts your throat from ear to ear.
Fight these gloomy views, my dear old police sergeant. I anticipate no such contingency. I've just come from upstairs and I give you my word there were no marauders.
Oh, as you say, sir. Well, come along, Constable. If we're to be shackled, there's nothing to keep us here. Good night, sir.
Good night.
Who was it, Bertie?
Shh. It was a constabulary.
What do they want?
Apparently they saw you getting in.
What a lot of trouble I'm giving you.
Oh, no, only too pleased. Well, I suppose I might as well be pushing along.
Are you going?
Well, in the circus I can hardly doss down on the premises. I shall withdraw to the garage.
Isn't there a sofa down there?
There is. Noah's. He brought it ashore on Mount Ararat. I'll be better off in the car.
Oh, Bertie, I am giving you a lot of trouble.
Don't you worry, old thing. We Woosters can rough it when it's a matter of giving two fond hearts a leg up. I shall be all right. Good night.
Good night, Bertie.
Doctor!
Constable Dobson.
Oh, I beg your pardon, sir. I thought you was the marauder.
No, Constable, no. Just me. It's quite all right. I'm just going for a stroll.
Oh, I understand, sir. A breath of air.
You've put it in a nutshell. A breath, as you astutely observe, of air. The house is quite close.
Yes, sir. Just over there.
I mean stuffy.
Oh, yes, sir. Well, good night, sir.
Ta-ra, Constable.
Gotcha! Come on out of that garage, you.
What? Oh, Sergeant Bowles.
Is that you, sir?
It is.
Sorry to have disturbed you, sir. Can't say it occurred to me you might be in here.
No, I thought I'd try and get a bit of sleep in the old two-seater, Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
Yes, such a warm night, what?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes, I often park myself in the car in the summertime.
Oh, indeed, sir.
Yes, oh, yes. Well, I won't keep you. Good night, Sergeant.
Good night, sir. Good night.
Oh. As two-seaters go, I'd always found my Widgeon 7 fairly comfortable. But then I'd never before tried to get the 8 hours in it. And you'd be surprised at the number of knobs and protuberances which suddenly seem to sprout out of a car's upholstery when you seek to convert it into a bed. At any rate, I don't suppose I counted more than about a platoon and a half of sheep before I realized that if I was to have any chance of achieving the dreamless before dawn, it would have to be somewhere a mite less cramped. Accordingly, 2 minutes later, I could have been seen heading towards the southwest corner of my estate, where there stood, I knew, a species of shed or outhouse, used by the gardener by day for stacking his tools and flower pots and whatnot. It seemed to me just the place for Bertram to get his well-earned dollop of sleep. And you know, in no time at all after that, I was reclining on a segment of sacking on the floor of this outhouse or shed, drinking in the aroma of mice and mould, and beginning at last to feel a soothing drowsiness steal over me. Blissful, don't you know? Blissful. But it couldn't last, of course.
I told you there was someone, Uncle Ted. Tracked him like a leopard, I did.
Don't call me Uncle Ted on duty. And I tracked him as much like a leopard as you did, see? Aha.
Aha!
What is it now?
Is that you again, sir?
Yes, it is, dash it. What, may I ask, is the meaning of this incessant chivying, Sergeant? Sleep under these conditions becomes impossible.
Well, I'm very sorry, sir. Never occurred to me it could be you.
And why not?
Well, sleeping in a shed?
You do not dispute the fact that it is my shed.
No, sir, but it seems sort of funny.
I see nothing funny in it whatsoever.
Uncle Ted means odd, sir.
Not so much what Uncle Ted means, and don't call me Uncle Ted, say. What it seemed to us, sir, was peculiar.
I cannot subscribe to your opinion, Sergeant. I have a perfect right, have I not, to sleep where I please?
Yes, sir.
Exactly. It might be the coal cellar, it might be the front door steps. It happens to be this shed. I will now thank you, Sergeant, to withdraw. At this rate, I shan't drop off till daybreak.
Are you intending to remain here the rest of the night, sir?
Certainly, why not?
Well, I suppose there's no reason why you shouldn't if you want to, sir, but it seems, well...
Odd.
Peculiar? It seems peculiar, see, having a bed of your own, sir, if I might say so.
Does it? Well, it so happens that I hate beds. Can't stand them. Never could.
Very good, sir. Quite a warm day today, sir, wasn't it?
Quite.
My young nephew here pretty near got a touch of the sun, didn't you, Constable? Made him come over all funny.
Indeed.
Yes, sir. Sort of seemed to addle the brain.
Yes. Well, you must give me all the family medical gossip another day, Sergeant. At the moment, I wish to be alone.
Yes, sir. Good night, sir.
Good night, Sergeant.
Here, if I might ask the question, sir, do you feel a sort of burning feeling about the temples?
I beg your pardon?
Does your head throb, sir?
It's beginning to.
Ah. Well, good night, sir, again.
Good night, Sergeant.
Good night, sir.
Good night, Constable.
Good night, sir.
Good night. Ooh. Now perhaps I can get some sleep. Perhaps. Ooh. Ooh.
Is this where he is, Sergeant?
Yes, sir.
Aha.
What?
Bertie, it's all right. It's me, old man.
Chuffy.
I found his lordship by the side of the arbour, sir.
You would.
The sergeant was worried about you, Bertie. He seemed to think your manners strange. So he brought me along to have a look at you. Very sensible of you, Vools.
Thank you, my lord.
Sound move.
Thank you, my lord.
You couldn't have done a wiser thing.
Oh, thank you, my lord.
So you've got a touch of the sun, Bertie.
I have not got a touch of any ballet sun.
Well, Vools thought so.
Vools is an ass.
Begging your pardon, sir, you informed me your head throbbed, say, and I assumed the brain was addled.
Exactly. You must have gone slightly off your rocker, old chap, mustn't you? I mean, to be sleeping out here. What?
Why shouldn't I sleep out here?
But you've got a bedroom, old fellow. You've got a nice bedroom, haven't you? I should have thought you would have found it so much snugger and jollier in your cosy little bedroom.
Yeah, well, there's a spider in my bedroom.
A spider? Pink?
Pinkish.
With long legs?
Fairly long legs.
And hairy, I shouldn't wonder.
Very hairy.
Yes, I see. Well, Sergeant, it's all right. Nothing to worry about. He's simply as tight as an owl.
Oh, is that so, my lord?
That's all. That's the trouble. Completely boiled. You notice the glassy look in the eyes?
Yes, my lord.
I've seen him like this before, you know. Once, after a bump supper at Oxford, he insisted that he was a mermaid and wanted to dive into the college fountain and play the harp there.
Young gents will be young gents, my lord.
Well, we must put him to bed.
Oh, no. I don't want to go to bed, Chuffy. Not at all. No.
It's all right, Bertie. Quite all right. We understand. No wonder you were frightened. Beastly great spider. Enough to frighten anyone, but it's all right now. Vools and I will come up to your room with you and kill it. You aren't scared of spiders, Vools?
No, my lord.
But
Now, Bertie, calm down. Vools will stand by you. Vools can tackle any spider.
No.
Oh, yes, he can. How many spiders was it that you were telling me you took on in India once, Vools?
96, my lord.
Big ones, if I remember rightly.
Oh, whackers, my lord.
There you are, Bertie. You see, there's nothing to be afraid of. Rightio, Sergeant. Now, you take his feet, and I'll take the other end.
No, Chuffy, wait. I don't want to go to bed.
It's all right, Bertie. Now, Sergeant, we ready? 1, 2, 3...
Up! No, what are you doing? No, Chuffy, put me down. Put me down. No, Chuffy, please. I want to sleep here. Don't go near my room. I hate my room. I don't like it. No, Chuffy, please, put me down. No.
One more heave over the banisters, fools.
Yes, my lord.
No, don't go into that room.
That's all right, Bertie. Soon be in bed by now. There.
Oh. That's dashed odd. Where the devil?
I know. Spider's all gone, eh? Good. Now, thank you, Sergeant. I can manage now.
You're sure, my lord?
Oh, yes, it's quite all right now. He always drops off to sleep on these occasions. You can pop off.
Oh, thank you, my lord. Good night.
Good night, Sergeant. Now, there's my little man. You lie quite quiet and take things easy.
But Chuffy...
Shh! Uncle Chuffy will take your boots off.
But dash it.
What a night, Bertie. Oh, a close call, that. I just managed to get into the hanging cupboard outside in time. Who were those men? Marmaduke!
There's a perfectly simple explanation, Chuffy, old man.
Marmaduke!
So.
What do you mean, so? Why are you looking like that?
I see.
Now, Chuffy, what you want on an occasion like this is simple faith. The poet Tennyson tells us...
Shut up. I don't want to hear anything from you.
Righto, but all the same, simple faith is better than Norman blood, and you can't get away from it.
Simple faith? What do you... Oh, so that's what you think, is it?
Of course I don't.
You do?
I don't.
Yes, you do.
I do not.
You do.
You shut up. Righto.
That is what you think.
It is not. I don't think anything of the kind. I know that Bertie has been
Scrupulously correct in his behaviour throughout.
sleeping in a potting shed.
Well, I think my version sounds better, old man.
Be quiet. That, however, is not the point. The fact remains, Miss Stoker, that in spite of being engaged to me and pretending this afternoon that you were tickled pink to be engaged to me, you are still so much in love with Bertie that you can't keep away from him. You think I don't know all about your being engaged to him in New York, but I do.
Only for 48 hours, old thing.
As I was saying, I am not complaining, not at all. You have a perfect right to love who you like.
Whom?
What?
Whom? To love whom you like. It's an accusative, being the object of the verb love.
Bertie.
Jeeves is maybe rather a purist in these matters, I'm afraid.
Bertie, will you keep quiet?
Of course.
You keep shoving your oar in.
Sorry, shan't occur again.
Good. Now you've made me forget what I was going to say.
Then perhaps you'll just listen to what I'm going to say.
Eh?
I suppose you've no objection to my putting in a word?
Oh, none.
Excellent. Well, in the first place, you make me sick.
Indeed?
Yes, indeed. In the second place, I hope I never see you again in this world or the next.
Really?
Yes, really. I hate you. I wish I'd never met you. I think you're a worse pig than any that you've got up at that beastly house of yours.
I didn't know you kept pigs, Chuffy.
Black Berkshires. Well, if that's how you feel...
There's money in pigs.
All right. If that's how you feel, well, all right.
My Uncle Henry used to...
Bertie.
Hello?
I don't want to hear about your Uncle Henry. I'm not interested in your Uncle Henry. It'll be all right with me if your damn Uncle Henry trips over his feet and breaks his blasted neck.
Too late, old man. Passed away 3 years ago. Pneumonia. I was only saying he kept pigs. Made a good thing out of them, too.
Will you stop?
Yes, and will you? Are you going to spend the night here? I wish you would leave off talking and go.
That is precisely what I intend to do. Good night.
Watch your head.
Ow! Oh! Blast! Ah! Damn!
Are you hurt?
Yes!
Good. Warthog! Right, push off, Bertie.
What?
Push off. I want to change.
Change what?
Put on my swimming suit. I'm going back to the yacht.
You're not.
I am?
But I wanted to talk about Chuffy.
I never wish to hear his name mentioned again.
Oh, come.
I don't follow you.
Well, when I say, oh, come, I mean, surely you don't intend to give the poor blighter the permanent heir on account of a trifling lover's tiff.
Would you mind repeating that? Just the last 3 words.
Trifling lover's tiff.
I wasn't sure I'd caught them correctly.
But dash it, aren't you being a bit hard on Chuffy? It must have been a bit of a shock for the poor fish, after all, barging in and finding you here.
Bertie,
Hello?
ever been hit over the head with a chair?
No?
You soon may be.
Righto.
Well, if you won't go, I shall have to change downstairs.
Now, wait a minute. You're not really going to swim home, are you?
Well, there's nothing to keep me here now, is there?
No, but a midnight swim, you're going to find it pretty cold.
And wet? I don't care.
But,
Good night, Bertie.
And with that, she biffed off, leaving me, I cannot deny, prey to the gloomiest emotions. I don't mind admitting my heart ached for her. It ached for Chuffy, too, of course. Ached for them both, about sums it up. I mean to say, consider the facts. 2 thoroughly sound eggs, one of which I'd been at school in Oxford with, had gone to the mat together, and having chewed holes in one another, had parted in anger, never, according to present schedule, to meet again. Pitiful. Rotten. No good to man or bee. And yet, there it was. The whole binge was irrevocably off. Well, there's only one thing for the sympathetic bystander to do on these occasions, and after about 10 minutes sitting on the bed feeling sandbagged, I realized what it was. I got up and ankled downstairs. The whiskey bottle was in the cupboard. So was the siphon. So was the glass. And I was just mixing myself the snifter of a lifetime when, for the second time that night, there was a dickens of a knocking at the front door. too far. Fools, enough is enough. This police persecution must stop. It is monstrous and uncalled for. We are not in Russia, fools. There are such things I would have you remember as strong letters to the Times.
What the blazes are you talking about, Wooster?
Oh, my golly, Mrs. Stoker.
Precisely. Now then, where's my daughter?
Your daughter, Pauline?
That's the daughter I mean.
And you asked me where this daughter is?
I know where she is.
Then why did you ask?
She's here.
Tell her to come in.
Don't you try to be funny with me. She is in this house.
Oh, really? What makes you think that?
I'll tell you. I went to her stateroom half an hour ago and it was empty.
Why on earth do you suppose she's come here?
Because I know she's infatuated with you.
Not at all. She regards me as a sister.
Eh? I'm going to search this house.
Charge right ahead.
I will!
Oh. Ah, that's better.
Mr. Wooster, I owe you an apology.
Don't give it a thought, Stoker.
I took it for granted when I found Pauline had disappeared.
Please dismiss the whole thing from your mind, Stoker. Might have happened to anybody. False on both sides and so forth. You'll have a certain something before you go?
No, thanks. You know, it beats me where she can have gone.
I expect she's gone for a swim.
At this time of night.
Girls do rummy things.
Yes, and she's a curious girl. I mean, this infatuation of hers for you, for instance.
Oh, that? No. Correct this notion that Miss Stoker is under my fatal spell, Stoker. She laughs herself sick at the sight of me.
I didn't get that impression this afternoon.
That was just brother and sister stuff. It shan't occur again.
It had better not. Well, I won't keep you up, Mr. Wooster. I apologize again for making a damn fool of myself.
Not at all. I wish I had a quid for every time I've made a darn fool of myself, what? Eh? Yes, well, good night.
Good night, Mr. Wooster.
Oh, Jeeves.
Good morning, sir.
And what brings you to Seaview Cottage this a.m.?
I have just come over from Mr. Stoker's yacht, sir.
Indeed. And what the blazes have you been doing there, apart from causing trouble?
Sir?
Trouble, Jeeves. Last night. A nice thing you let all and sundry in for.
Sir?
You can't get out of it by saying Sir, Jeeves. You know what I mean. Filling my cottage with females. Why on earth didn't you stop Miss Stoker swimming ashore yestreen, may I ask?
I could scarcely take the liberty, sir, of thwarting the young lady in an enterprise on which her heart was so plainly set.
She says you urged her on with word and gesture.
No, sir. I merely expressed sympathy with her stated aim.
You said I would be delighted to put her up for the night.
She had already decided to seek refuge in your house, sir. Now, I did nothing more than hazard the opinion that you would do all that lay in your power to assist her.
Oh, well, do you know what the outcome was? The upshot, if I may use the term. I was pursued by the police.
Indeed, sir?
Yes. Naturally, I couldn't sleep in the house with every nook and cranny bulging with blighted girls, so I withdrew to the garage, only to be hounded out by Sergeant Vooles and Constable Dobson.
Indeed, sir. I have not met Sergeant Vooles, but I am acquainted with Constable Dobson, a nice young fellow. He is keeping company with Mary, the parlour-maid, at the hall. A red-haired gal, sir.
Resist the urge to talk about the colour of parlour-maid's hair, Jeeves. It is not germane to the issue. Stick to the point. Which is that I spent a sleepless night, chased from garage to gardener shed by the gendarmerie.
I am sorry to hear that, sir.
Eventually, Chaffee arrived. Forming a totally erroneous diagnosis of the case, he insisted on putting me to bed, and was thus occupied when Miss Stoker strolled in wearing my heliotrope pyjamas.
Most disturbing, sir.
It was. They had a diggings of a row, Jeeves. Eventually, Chaffee fell downstairs and went moodily out into the night, and Miss Stoker returned to the yacht.
Ah, now I understand, sir. I must confess I experienced a certain surprise when the young lady appeared at the breakfast table this morning, as I had assumed she would be staying on shore.
Well, she didn't. But that brings us to another point, Jeeves. What on earth were you doing on the yacht? You're meant to be working for Chaffee.
No, sir.
No?
No, sir. I am no longer in his lordship's employment, sir.
What?
No, sir. I am now with Mr. Stoker.
Working for old Stoker?
Perhaps I might explain, sir?
Please do, Jeeves. I'm at a loss.
Thank you, sir. Several days ago, sir, Mr. Stoker expressed a wish that I should enter his service and approached me in the matter. I naturally informed his lordship. who instructed me to hold out hope.
Why?
His lordship was anxious that I should not give Mr. Stoker a definite refusal until the sale of Chuffnell Hall had gone through.
Oh, keep him sweetened, what?
Precisely, sir.
I get the idea. But since Stoker's now put the B on that transaction, what's Chuffy playing at letting you go?
If I might continue, sir?
Oh, yes, Jeeves, of course.
Thank you, sir. Yesterday afternoon, after Mr. Stoker had taken Miss Stoker back to the yacht, it occurred to his lordship that, were I to accept Mr. Stoker's offer of employment, I should be in a position to deliver a letter to Miss Stoker for his lordship, without fear of interception. That letter I accordingly delivered, sir, with results of which you are already aware.
I see. Well, Jeeves, I suppose all that matters now is to get these two sundered young hearts together again. What is to be done about this fracture of diplomatic relations?
It is a situation that will require careful thought, sir.
You mean you haven't any ideas yet?
I have only this moment heard what transpired, sir.
True. I was forgetting that. Have you had speech with Miss Stoker this morning?
No, sir.
Well, I can see no point in your going to the hall and tackling Chuffy. He's probably kicking himself already for being such a perfect chump. Miss Stoker is the one who will require the persuasive word, the nicely reasoned argument, in short, the old oil. You better go straight back to the yacht, Jeeves, and see what you can do there.
Yes, sir. But it was not with the intention of interviewing his lordship that I came ashore, sir. Once more, I must reiterate that until you informed me just now, I was not aware that anything in the nature of a rift had occurred. My motive in coming here was to hand you a note from Mr. Stoker.
A note?
Here it is.
Oh, thank you. Good Lord. Rummy, Jeeves.
Sir?
This is a letter of invitation.
Indeed, sir.
Absolutely. Bidding me to the feast. Dear Mr. Wooster, writes Pop Stoker, I'd be frightfully bucked if you will come and mangle a spot of garbage on the boat tonight. Don't dress. I'll give you the gist of the thing, of course. Peculiar, Jeeves.
Certainly unforeseen, sir.
I forgot to tell you that among my visitors last night was this same Stoker. Having made rather an ass of himself, he actually spoke to me civilly. A thing that I'd have taken 11 to 4 on that he didn't know how to do. That hardly explains his sudden gush of hospitality.
No, sir, but I fancy it might be attributed to a conversation which I had this morning with the gentleman.
Ah, it was you, was it, who caused this pro-Bertram sentiment?
Immediately after breakfast, sir, Mr. Stoker sent for me and inquired if I had once been in your employment. He said that he fancied that he recalled having seen me in your apartment in New York. On my replying in the affirmative, he proceeded to question me with regard to certain incidents in the past.
What? The cats in the bedroom? The fish?
Yes, sir. And the purloined hat.
Oh.
I explained to Mr. Stoker that Sir Roderick Glossop had taken a biased view of that occurrence and had thus formed an inaccurate estimate of your mental state.
What did old Stoker say to that?
He seemed pleased, sir. He appeared to think that he had misjudged you. He said that he ought to have known better than to believe information proceeding from Sir Roderick, to whom he alluded as a bald-headed old son of a... something which for the moment has escaped my memory. It was, I imagine, shortly after this that he must have written this letter inviting you to dinner.
Thank you, Jeeves.
Not at all, sir.
You've done well. Well, in many ways, of course, it's negligible whether Pop Stoker thinks I'm a loony or not. I mean to say, a fellow closely connected by ties of blood with a man who used to walk about in his hands is scarcely in a position, where the question of sanity is concerned, to put on dog and set himself up as a...
Arbiter elegantiarum, sir.
Quite. Setting that aside, however, I admit that this change of heart is welcome. It's come at the right time. I shall accept his invitation. I regard it as...
The amende honorable, sir?
I was going to say olive branch.
Or olive branch. The two terms are virtually synonymous. The French phrase I would be inclined to consider perhaps slightly the more exact in the circumstances, carrying with it, as it does, the implication of remorse, of the desire to make restitution. But if you prefer the expression olive branch, by all means employ it, sir.
Thank you, Jeeves.
Not at all, sir.
I suppose you know you made me completely forget what I was saying.
I beg your pardon, sir. I should not have interrupted. If I recollect, you were observing that it was your intention to accept Mr. Stoker's invitation.
Ah, yes. Very well, then. I shall accept his invitation. Whether as olive branch or amende honorable is wholly immaterial. It doesn't matter a single solitary damn, Jeeves.
No, sir.
And shall I tell you why I shall accept his invitation, Jeeves? Because it will enable me to get together with Miss Stoker and plead Chuffy's cause.
I understand, sir.
Not that it's going to be easy. However, I can but have a stab at it.
Yes, sir?
I see this invitation says dinner at 7. Bit on the early side, what?
I presume that the arrangements have been made with a view to the convenience of Master Dwight Stoker, sir. It is the young gentleman's birthday today, and Mr. Stoker has hired the troupe of Negro minstrels, at present sojourning in Chuffnell Regis, to perform for him.
Really? I wonder if there'd be any chance of a word with the one who plays the banjo. There are certain points in his execution I'd like to consult him about.
No doubt it could be arranged, sir.
I'm making great progress with the banjo lately, Jeeves.
Indeed, sir.
I say, would you like me to play you What Is This Thing Called Love?
No, sir.
Your views on the instrument are unchanged?
Yes, sir.
Oh, well, a pity we couldn't see eye to eye on that matter.
Yes.
So it can't be helped. It's unfortunate, though.
Most unfortunate, sir.
Well, tell old Stoker I shall be there at 7 prompt with my hair in a braid.
Yes, sir.
Or should I write a brief civil note?
No, sir, I was instructed to bring back a verbal reply.
Righto then, Jeeves. You may go.
Very good.
In my experience, there are 2 kinds of elderly American. One, the stout and horn-rimmed, is matiness itself. He greets you as if you were a favourite son, starts agitating the cocktail shaker before you know where you are, slips a couple into you with a merry laugh, claps you on the back, tells you a dialect story about 2 Irishmen named Pat and Mike, and, in a word, makes life one grand, sweet song. The other, which runs a good deal to the cold, grey stare and the square jaw, seems to view the English cousin with concern. It is not elfin. It broods. It says little. It sucks in its breath in a pained way, and every now and again you catch its eye, and it's like colliding with a raw oyster. Of this latter class or species, J. Washburn Stoker had always been the perpetual vice president. It was with considerable relief, therefore, that I found that tonight he'd eased off a bit. While not precisely affable, he gave a distinct impression of being as nearly affable as he knew how.
Welcome aboard, Mr. Wooster. I hope you have no objection to a quiet family evening.
Oh, rather not. No, dash good of you to ask me.
Just you and Dwight and myself. My daughter's lying down. She has a headache.
Oh, really?
Well, I'm afraid she found her exertions last night a little too much for her.
Exertions? Then you, she...
Yes, you were quite right, Mr. Wooster. She had gone for a swim.
I see, a fine boat, this, Mr. Stoker.
Not many better. You, care to look over it?
Fine.
I'd be glad to show it to you. Now, this is the main saloon.
Oh.
Now, I'll show you the staterooms, too. Come along.
Oh, thanks. I've never done much yachting, and except at Cowes one year, I've never been in a boat this size.
Well, there are advantages in having a yacht.
Oh,
Plenty of room to put your friends up.
heaps.
And when you've got 'em, they can't get away so easy as they could ashore.
Hey?
This is one of the larger guest rooms.
Very nice, too.
Go in and take a look around.
Oh, thanks. Very nice. Locking the door?
Yes, Mr. Wooster, I am locking the door. You know, there was a time when I was younger when I would have broken your neck.
Really? Look here, I know it's trespassing on your time, but could you tell me what all this is about?
You don't know?
No, I'm hanged if I do.
And you can't guess?
No, I'm dashed if I can.
Then I'd best tell you from the beginning. Perhaps you recall my visiting you last night.
Yes?
I thought my daughter was in your cottage. I searched it, but I did not find her.
We all make mistakes.
Yes. So I went away. And do you know what happened after I left you, Mr. Wooster? I was coming out of the garden gate when your local police sergeant stopped me. He seemed suspicious.
Something will have to be done about Vools. The man is a pest. I hope you were pretty terse with him.
Not at all. He was only doing his duty. I told him who I was and where I lived. And on learning that I came from this yacht, he asked me to accompany him to the police station.
What bally cheek? You mean he pitched you?
Oh, no, he wasn't arresting me. He wished me to identify someone who was in custody.
But bally cheek all the same. What on earth did he bother you with that sort of job for? Besides, how on earth could you identify anyone? I mean, a stranger in these parts and all that sort of thing.
In this instance, it was simple. The prisoner happened to be my daughter, Pauline.
What?
Yes, Mr. Wooster. It seems that this man, Vools, was in his back garden late last night. It adjoins yours, if you recollect, and he saw a figure climbing out of one of the lower windows of your house. He ran down the garden and caught this individual, and it was my daughter, Pauline. She was wearing a swimming suit. So you see, you were right when you told me she had probably gone for a swim.
Yes.
And she must have been with you a few moments before I arrived. And now, perhaps, Mr. Wooster, you can understand what I meant when I said that when I was a younger man, I would have broken your neck.
Quite.
But nowadays, I'm more sensible. I take the easier way. I say to myself that Mr. Wooster is not the son-in-law I would have chosen personally. But if my hand has been forced, that is all there is to it. Anyway, you're not the gibbering idiot I thought you at one time, I'm glad to say. I've heard since that those stories which caused me to break off Pauline's engagement to you in New York were untrue. So we can consider everything just as it was 3 months ago. We will look upon my letter to you as unwritten.
But did you mean...
I am assuming that you wish to marry my daughter. I am not quite sure if I understand the precise significance of the expression, but I will take it, that it means that you do. I won't pretend that I'm delighted, but one can't have everything. What are your views on engagements, Mr. Wooster?
Engagements?
Should they be short or long?
Well...
I prefer them short. I feel that we'd best put this wedding through as quickly as possible. There are formalities, of course. While these are being attended to, you will naturally be my guest. I'm afraid I can't offer you the freedom of the boat because you're a pretty slippery young gentleman and might suddenly remember a date elsewhere. But I shall do my best to make you comfortable in this room for the next few days. Now, there are books on that shelf. I assume you can read. And there are cigarettes on the table. A steward will bring you the dinner I promised you shortly. Later, I'll send my man along with some pajamas. And now I'll wish you good night, Mr. Wooster. I must be getting along and starting the concert. I can't stay away from my son's birthday party, can I? Even for the pleasure of talking to you. Good night, Mr. Wooster.
Oh, gosh.
In that episode, the parts were played as follows. Jeeves, Michael Hordern, Bertie Richard Briers, Lord Chuffnell, Clive Francis, Pauline Stoker, Connie Booth, J. Washburn Stoker, Blaine Fairman, Police Sergeant Bulls, John Dunbar, P.C. Dobson, John Bull. The episode was adapted for radio by Chris Miller from the book Thank You, Jeeves by P.G. Wodehouse. The programme was produced by Peter Titheridge. We present What Ho Jeeves by P.G. Wodehouse. Starring Michael Hordern as Jeeves, Richard Briers as Bertie Wooster, and Clive Francis as Lord Chuffnell. From the book Thank You, Jeeves, Episode 3, The Butter Situation.
I can't say I like the look of things. Invited to attend the birthday party of young Dwight Stoker on board J. Washburn Stoker's yacht, and attracted to the orgy not least by the fact that the Chuffnell Regis nigger minstrels were slated to provide the entertainment, I had arrived on deck at 7 Pip Emma precisely. 10 minutes later, I was a prisoner in one of the staterooms, old Stoker having informed me that, as he now had proof that his daughter Pauline had been in my cottage the night before, a marriage had been arranged and would shortly take place between Mr. Bertram W. Wooster and this same Miss Pauline Stoker. It would be idle to deny that this information sent me reeling against the wallpaper. As J. Washburn closed the door behind him and locked it, I felt like a wild thing caught in a snare. There seemed no avenue of escape. How long I remained sitting on the bed, picking feverishly at the coverlet, I could not say. An hour, perhaps, possibly 2. At any rate, I'd given up all hope, and was about to emit yet another hollow G of despair, when the door at last reopened, and a respectful cough informed me that Jeeves, who was now in old Stoker's employment, was in my midst. Jeeves,
Good evening, sir. Mr. Stoker instructed me to bring you some pyjamas.
It is not pyjamas I need, Jeeves, but the wings of a dove. Are you abreast of the latest development?
Yes, sir. My informant was Miss Stoker. She related to me an outline of the plans which Mr. Stoker had made.
About our getting married, you mean?
Precisely, sir.
By Jove, Jeeves, an idea occurs to me. Things aren't quite as bad as I thought they were.
No, sir?
No, can't you see? It's all very well for old Stoker to talk,
Glibly, sir?
airily.
Airily or glibly, sir, whichever you prefer.
It's all very well for old Stoker to talk with airy glibness about marrying us off, but he can't do it, Jeeves. Miss Stoker will simply put her ears back and refuse to cooperate. Well, you can lead a horse to the altar, but you can't make it drink.
Sir?
But Miss Stoker doesn't want to marry me, Jeeves, any more than I want to marry her. She wants to be the next Lady Chuffnell, not Mrs. Bertram Wooster. Well, I know she handed Chuffy the mitten last night, but deep down I'm convinced the old love persists and only needs a bit of corkscrew work to get it to the surface again.
In my recent conversation with the young lady, sir, I did not receive the impression that she was antagonistic to the arrangements her father had outlined.
What?
No, sir. She seemed, if I may say so, resigned and defiant.
She couldn't be both.
Oh, yes, sir. Miss Stoker's attitude was partly one of listlessness, as if she felt nothing mattered now. But I gathered she was also influenced by the thought that in contracting a matrimonial alliance with you, she would be making, shall I say, a defiant gesture at his lordship.
Well, scoring off him, you mean, in return for what he said last night when he caught her in my pyjamas?
Precisely, sir.
Oh, what a damn silly idea. The girl must be cuckoo.
Feminine psychology is admittedly odd, sir. The poet Pope...
Oh, never mind about the poet Pope, Jeeves.
No, sir.
There are times one wants to hear all about the poet Pope and times when one doesn't.
Very true, sir.
The point is, I seem to be up against it. If that's the way she feels, nothing can save me. I'm a pipped man.
Yes, sir. Unless...
Unless?
Well, I was wondering, sir, if on the whole it would not be best to obviate all unpleasantness and embarrassment by removing yourself from the yacht.
What?
Yacht, sir.
I know you said yacht. I said what? Jeeves, it isn't like you to come in here at a crisis like this with straws in your hair and talk absolute drip. How the devil can I leave the yacht? The quayside is half a mile away. I can't swim that far.
No, sir. Nevertheless, the matter could be readily arranged, if you are agreeable, sir. The only reason I hesitate to advance my scheme is that I fear you may not approve of the idea of covering your face with boot polish.
Boot polish?
Yes, sir. Time being of the essence, I think it would not be advisable to employ burnt cork.
Burnt cork? Gee, you've been having a couple.
Permit me to explain, sir. If you recall, Master Dwight Stoker's birthday party is at present in progress in the main saloon, the entertainment being provided by the Negroid musicians from Chuffnell Regis. The performance will be concluded shortly, sir, and after that the entertainers will leave the boat.
You mean...
Precisely, sir. I have a small tin of boot polish here. I brought it with me in anticipation of this move. It will be a simple task to apply it to your face and hands in such a manner as to create the illusion, should you encounter Mr. Stoker, that you were a member of this troupe.
Jeeves.
The suggestion I would make, sir, is that, if you are amenable to what I propose, we should wait until these black-faced persons have left for the shore. I could then inform the captain that one of them, a personal friend of mine, had lingered behind to talk with me and so had missed the motor launch. I have little doubt that he would accord me permission to row you ashore in one of the smaller boats.
Jeeves, I've always known that, due to your fish diet, your brain is about as full of phosphorus as the human brain can jolly well stick. But this, well, it's a supreme effort, Jeeves. You stand alone.
Thank you, sir.
Others abide our question. Thou art free.
I endeavour to give satisfaction, sir.
You think it will work?
Yes, sir.
The scheme carries your personal guarantee?
Yes, sir.
And you say you have the stuff handy?
Yes, sir.
Then start smearing, Jeeves, and continue to smear till your trained senses tell you you have smeared enough. When a tactician like Jeeves sets out to shift a fellow from spot A to spot B, from a stateroom on a yacht, for example, to the shore in front of his cottage, there is absolutely nothing to report. He just does it. No hitches, no difficulties, no fuss, no excitement. I mean, one just reaches for the nearest tin of boot polish, blacks one's face, strolls across the deck, saunters down the gangway, waves a genial farewell to such members of the crew as may be leaning over the side, spitting into the water, steps into a boat, and in about 10 minutes there one is, sniffing the cool night air on the mainland. A smooth bit of work. An exceedingly smooth bit of work, in fact, Jeeves, and a credit to you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Jeeves. And now what?
Sir.
Are you smiling, Jeeves? Something tickling you?
I beg your pardon, sir. I had not intended to betray amusement, but I could not help being a little entertained by your appearance. It is somewhat odd, sir.
Most people would look somewhat odd with boot polish all over them, Jeeves.
Yes, sir.
Greta Garbo, to name but one.
Yes, sir.
Or Dean Ing.
Very true, sir.
Then spare me these personal comments, Jeeves, and reply to my question.
I fear I have forgotten what it was you asked me, sir.
My question was, and is, now what?
You desire a suggestion respecting your next move, sir.
I do.
I would advise repairing to your cottage, sir, and cleansing your face and hands.
So far, sound. Perhaps you might care to come with me.
Very good, sir.
And then?
After which, if I might hazard the advice, sir, I think it would be well if you were to catch the next train to London.
Again, sound.
Once there, sir, I would advocate a visit to some continental resort, such as Paris or Berlin, or even perhaps as far afield as Italy.
Or sunny Spain.
Yes, sir, possibly Spain.
Or even Egypt.
You would find Egypt somewhat warm at this time of year, sir.
Not half so warm as England if Pop Stoker re-establishes connection.
Very true, sir.
Oh, there's a lad, Jeeves. There's a tough citizen. There's a fellow who chews broken glass and drives nails into the back of his neck instead of using a collar stud.
Mr. Stoker's personality is decidedly forceful, sir.
Oh, bless my soul, Jeeves, I can remember the time when I thought Sir Roderick Glossop a man-eater. But he pales in comparison, positively pales. Which brings us to a consideration of your position. Do you intend to go back to the yacht and continue mingling with that gruesome bird?
No, sir. I fancy Mr. Stoker would not receive me cordially. It will be readily apparent to a gentleman of his intelligence, when he discovers your flight, that I must have been instrumental in assisting you to leave the boat. I shall return to his lordship's employment, sir.
Chuffy will be glad to get you back.
It is very kind of you to say so, sir.
Not at all, Jeeves. Anybody would be. If only... But no. You remain resolutely opposed to my banjolele, I take it?
Yes, sir.
Well, I thought you probably would. Otherwise, But no. You'd better return to Chuffy's retinue, Jeeves. I shall soldier on with Brinkley.
Sir?
Brinkley, Jeeves, my new man.
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah, I made his acquaintance yesterday, and passing on your message that he might have the evening off.
Quite. He hasn't come back from that yet, incidentally.
Indeed, sir?
No. My theory is that he's gone on the toot of a lifetime. Certainly, if he's trying to drown his sorrows, it ought to take him weeks. A melancholy blighter, Jeeves.
Not a sanguine spirit, I agree, sir. Interested in the coming social revolution, he told me.
Good Lord. A bally Bolshevik, eh? No wonder he always looks at me as if he were measuring me for my lamppost. Oh, here we are, Jeeves. Seaview Cottage. The soap and water is my first requirement, I fancy.
No, sir. Butter.
Butter?
For the removal of boot polish, butter is a sine qua non, sir.
Oh. Oh, here we are. Home sweet home. Golly, Jeeves, what's all this?
I could not say, sir. But from this vantage point it appears that a person is endeavouring to wrestle with your grandfather clock.
Where? Let me see. Dash it, you're right. And the clock's getting the better of it. Jeeves, it's Brinkley. Moscow's pride, stewed to the gills.
I'm very much afraid so, sir.
But the bally 5-year planner is smashing up the Wooster home, Jeeves. I'm going in.
But, sir...
Come on, Jeeves. Hey, Brinkley! Brinkley! What's going on, dash it?
Oh, Lord! I love it! It's a devil! It's a black devil!
The black... No!
Oh,
Brinkley! Brinkley, put that knife down! Put it down!
Yes.
Jeeves, quick, upstairs in my bedroom!
A devil! A black devil! Yes! Yeah. I'll get you! I'll get you, you black devil! Come back here! All of you! Here!
Quick, Jeeves! Shove that chest of drawers against the door!
Yes, sir.
Oh, that was a close call, Jeeves.
Indubitably, sir.
Now what? Brinkley! Brinkley, stop that, you blighter!
Sir, come out, sir, please, sir. I just want to cut you open, sir, to let it all out, sir. You've got to be killed, sir.
It's all right, Brinkley. The man's a loony, Jeeves.
Certainly somewhat unbalanced, sir.
I mean, why does he keep calling me sir? Sounds so dash silly when he's threatening to dismember me.
Yes, sir.
Brinkley! Brinkley, stop it! It's all right, Brinkley.
Will we if you come out, sir?
I mean, I'm not the devil.
Oh, yes, you are, sir.
I'm not, I tell you.
Oh, yes, you.
I am Mr. Wooster.
He's got Mr. Wooster in there. Help! Help! He's got Mr. Wooster in there.
Now then, what's all that?
Golly.
Yes.
What is all that?
Golly, Jeeves. It's Police Sergeant Wools. We're safe.
Yes, sir.
In there.
Well?
Yes, the devil's in there, sir. You're murdering Mr. Wooster, sir.
Oh, yes, and what are you doing with that noise?
Oh, I caught it up to attack the devil, sir.
Oh, yes, and what devil would that be?
A black devil, sir.
Black, eh?
Yes, sir. He's in this room murdering Mr. Wooster.
In this room?
Yes, sir.
Well, we can't have that sort of thing.
No, sir.
Here, you go downstairs, Brinkley.
Yes, sir.
Oi! Are you in there, Mr. Wooster?
Now what, Jeeves? Open up.
I would not advocate such a step, sir. I should imagine Sergeant Fools might wish to question you at some length concerning young Brinkley's behaviour, and possibly your own appearance, too. And such questioning would, in all probability, prevent your catching the next train to London.
That's the thought, Jeeves. That's giving old Stoker enough time to notice my absence and come charging ashore to scoop me up again.
Exactly, sir.
Oi, come out of there! Come along, it's quite safe now.
Then what, Jeeves?
I would suggest tying 2 sheets together and dropping from the window, sir.
Edge away, you mean?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Jeeves, I think you're right. Let's get knotting.
You in there, what's going on? Hey, young Brinkley down there.
Sir.
Look at what you're doing with that oil lamp. You're upset at.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you'll set the house on fire. Oh, you young idiot. Come back. Fire, fire.
Jeeves, it sounds to me as if Brinkley has set the cottage on fire.
Most disturbing, sir. The sheets are almost ready, sir.
We don't have time for sheets, Jeeves. Look, this place is like ballet tinder. Let's get out of this blazing pyre before we're cooked to a crisp. Oh, now follow me, Jeeves. Just let yourself drop, like the gentle dew upon the place beneath.
Rain, sir.
Whether rain or dew is immaterial, Jeeves. Come along, drop.
Very good, sir.
Now, let's get out of here. Quick, through the hole in the hedge.
Yes, sir.
Whew. Oh, now what, Jeeves? Look at the ballet place. It's really spitting on its hands and getting down to it now.
The conflagration is certainly progressing rapidly, sir.
Ah! My banjonele!
Sir?
My banjonele's in the sitting room.
That is most unfortunate, sir. The sitting room would appear to have been virtually consumed by fire already.
Yes, dash it. Oh, golly, Jeeves, this is a bit thick, isn't it?
Undoubtedly so, sir.
The blighted place will be a heap of ashes by the time the fire brigade arrives here.
Yes, sir.
Look! Look! Sergeant Fool's house is caught light now. Oh, Lord. What are those sore things people find themselves in, Jeeves?
Straits, sir.
Then I am in the sorest straits. My banjolele has gone up in smoke. My other possessions are going the same way. And I've still got a black face. Where am I going to get butter from now?
Might I suggest, sir...
Yes, Jeeves, you have an idea?
I was merely about to say, sir, that were we to proceed to Chuffnell Hall, I have no doubt that I would be able to procure butter for you there.
Of course. Will I still be in time to catch the next train for the Metrop, do you think? I must get out of Chuffnell Regis tonight. When is it?
10:21, sir.
Then we haven't a moment to lose, Jeeves. Lead on to Chuffnell Hall.
Very good, sir.
When we reached the hall, Jeeves suggested it would be wiser if I were to remain in the grounds while he went to forage for butter, as messing around near the back door was a species of scullery maid he considered might not take too kindly to the introduction of a black-faced Bertram onto the premises. Accordingly, I came to roost in the rhododendron shrubbery and awaited the honest fellow's return. Nothing happened. 5 minutes passed. Then another 5. But Jeeves failed to reappear to any extent whatever. I was baffled, and I was on the point of emerging from my bush with a view to instituting some inquiries, when the sound of someone coming up the drive made me duck down again like a more than usually diffident snail retreating into its shell. For the nocturnal visitor, in addition to walking up the drive, was also singing Lead Kindly Light in a reedy tenor voice. I recognized the voice. It belonged to my plastered personal attendant, Brinkley.
The night is dark and I'm far from home. Lead thou me on. Keep thou my feet. I do not ask to see the distant sea. One step enough for me.
What on earth are you making that foul noise for?
Is Lord Chuffnell in?
I am Lord Chuffnell.
Good evening.
What do you mean, good evening?
What is the devil with you?
Is who?
The devil, my lord.
You're tight.
Yes, my lord.
Get out.
Oh!
Get out.
Ah!
Go on, go away.
Oh.
Don't come back.
Oh!
Go on, go away.
Oh.
I say, Chuffy.
Who the devil's that?
Tell me, Chuffy, in this bush.
Who is it?
Bertie.
Bertie?
That's right.
Oh.
Hang on, I'm coming out. I say... You put it across that fellow properly, Chuffy. I like your work. It was particularly agreeable to me to see him so adequately handled, because I've been wishing all evening I had the nerve to kick him myself.
Who was he?
My man, Brinkley.
What was he doing here?
I fancy he was looking for me.
But why wasn't he at the cottage, then?
Oh, I'm afraid you're a cottage short, Chuffy, old man. I regret to report that Brinkley has just burned it down.
What? He burned the cottage? How? Why?
Just a whim. I suppose it seemed a good idea to him at the time.
But why on earth should he burn a cottage?
One cannot attempt to fathom the psychology of blokes like Brinkley, Chuffy. They move in a mysterious way their wonders to perform. Suffice it that he did.
Are you sure it wasn't you?
My dear chap.
It sounds the sort of silly, fat-headed thing that you would do. What do you want here anyway? Who asked you to come? Last night you entertained but that is a certain young lady in your pajamas. Tonight you stroll up and down my drive. Now, if you think that
I know, I understand, Chuffy, old man. Painful misunderstanding, coolness, a disposition to disapprove of Bertram. I'm sorry.
Well, what were you doing in that bush?
Well, the thing is, Chuffy, I was waiting for Jeeves to bring me butter, but he seems to have got lost. So perhaps you could weigh in with the necessary instead.
Butter?
Look at me.
Oh, I see. Look, I do understand. Look, well, you better come in and sleep it off, Bertie. Come on. Well, you can walk.
What? No, wait, no, it's not what you think. It's not what you think at all. No, listen. British Constitution. She sells seashells by the seashore. He stood at the entrance of Burgess's fish sauce shop, welcoming him in.
Oh, then you're not tight.
Not a bit.
But you sit in bushes and your face is black.
I know, but hold the line, Chuffy, and I will tell you all, for I have a very strange story to relate, old man. A strange story to relate. So you see, Chuffy, butter. Slabs of butter. If you have butter, prepare to shed it now. Jeeves has clearly fallen down on the job, so you are by way of being my last hope. Now, I'll just saunter about out here, shall I, while you pop in the kitchen and secure the stuff, eh? You do realize, don't you, old egg, well, the time is of the very essence. I shall only just be able to catch the train as it is.
Let me get this straight. You want me to bring you butter?
That's the idea.
So that you can clean your face and go off on this train to London?
Yes.
Thus escaping Mr. Stoker?
That's right. It's amazing the way you followed it all, old thing. I don't suppose I know 6 fellows who would have grasped the plot with the same unerring accuracy. I've always thought highly of your intelligence, Chuffy, old man, very highly.
I see. In other words, you wish me to help you back out of your honourable obligations. What?
What?
That's what I said. What? Good God, I didn't interrupt when you were telling me your degrading story because I wanted to get it quite clear. Now perhaps you let me say a word.
Oh, rather.
You want to catch trains to London, do you? I see. Well, I don't know what you think of yourself, Wooster, but if you would care to know how your conduct strikes a perfectly unprejudiced outsider, I don't mind informing you that, in my opinion, you are behaving like a hound, a skunk, a worm, a tick, and a warthog.
Me?
Good gosh! This beautiful girl loves you. Her father very decently consents to an early wedding, and instead of being delighted and pleased and tickled as anybody else would be, you are planning to edge away.
But, Chuffy!
I repeat, to edge away. You are brutally and callously scheming to oil out, leaving this lovely girl to break her heart, deserted, abandoned, flung aside like a, I shall forget my own name next, like a soiled glove.
But, Chuffy!
Don't try to deny it.
But, dash it, it isn't as if she were in love with me.
Huh! Isn't she so infatuated with you that she swims ashore from yachts to visit you in your cottage?
She loves you.
Ha!
She does, I tell you. It was you she swam ashore last night to see. She was only staying in my cottage until she could get a change of clothing. And she only took on this binge of marrying me to score off you because you doubted her.
Ha!
So take the sensible viewpoint, old man, and bring me butter.
Ha!
I wish you wouldn't keep saying ha. It doesn't advance the issue, and it sounds rotten. I must have butter, Chuffy. If it be only a small pat, bring it out. Wooster speaking, old man. The chap you were at school with, the fellow you've known since he was so high.
I will tell you exactly how I feel about all this, Bertie. I won't pretend that I don't love this girl. Even after what has happened, I still love her. I shall always love her. I loved her from the very first moment we met. It was at the Savoy Grill, I remember. And I knew right from the start that I had found the only girl in the world for me. Not having the foggiest that she was really crazy about you all the time.
She isn't.
But now I realize it and know, of course, that I could never win her for myself. But I can do this, Bertie. Having this great love for her, I can see to it that she is not robbed of her happiness. If she is happy, that is all that matters. For some reason, her heart is set on being your wife. Why, one cannot say, and we need not go into it. But for some unaccountable reason, she wants you, and she shall jolly well get you. Funny that you should have come to me, of all people, to help you shatter her girlish dreams and rob her of her sweet, childlike trust in the goodness of human nature. You think I will sit in with you on this foul project? My left foot I will. You get no butter from me, my lad. You will remain exactly as you are, and after thinking it over, I have no doubt that you will find your better self pointing the way, and that you will go back to the yacht, prepared to fulfill your obligations like an English gentleman.
But, Chuffy!
And if you wish, I will be your best man. Agony, of course, but I will do it if you want me to.
Butter, Chuffy!
No butter, Wooster. You are better without it.
And flinging aside my hand, like a soiled glove, he stalked past me into the night. I tried to call him back, but nothing came through except a rather unpleasant whistling sound. Not quite so loud as the row your radio makes when you twiddle the twiddler a bit too hard, but in other respects closely resembling it. The faculties seemed numbed, if you know what I mean, as if somebody had walloped the old soul unexpectedly with a sandbag. Rooted to the S about sums it up. And then suddenly I came to life with a jerk. The most abominable uproar was proceeding from the house. Chuffy's pestilential young cousin Seabury appeared to be contributing most of it. He was yelling his bally head off. From time to time one caught the fainter yet penetrating note of his mother, the Dowager Lady Chuffnell, and blending in with this, the unmistakable baritone woofle of Sir Roderick Glossop. The whole appeared to be proceeding from the drawing-room, and except for one time when I was sauntering in Hyde Park and suddenly found myself mixed up in a community singing, I've never heard anything like it. It couldn't have been very long after this when the front door was suddenly flung open and somebody came stumping out, clearly fed to the eye-teeth. There was just a moment when the light from the hall shone upon this sudden exiter, enabling me to recognize him. It was this same Sir R. Glossop, and his face was as black as the ace of spades. I could make nothing of it. Dash peculiar was my verdict. And so rummy did it seem that, believe it or believe it not, when a few minutes later Jeeves at last filtered out, my first question to him was not why he had been such a dickens of a time procuring the stearic matter, but what exactly was going on. Jeeves, I've just seen Sir Roderick Glossop looking like the chocolate-coloured coon. What in the name of everything bloodsome is happening?
Yes, sir. Sir Roderick assumed that disguise in order to entertain Master Seabury.
Entertain Seabury? What the devil for? You couldn't possibly explain, could you, Jeeves?
Certainly, sir. I derived my information from the servants' hall, where conversation is rife on the subject.
I'm not surprised.
No, sir. It appears that earlier this evening, sir, Master Seabury was a little fractious on account of having missed the Negro entertainment at the celebration to mark the anniversary of the birthday of Master Dwight Stoker.
Dwight's birthday party, you mean?
Precisely, sir.
Well, serve the silly little geezer right, Jeeves. If he wanted to go, he shouldn't have started a scrap with Dwight yesterday.
Just so, sir.
And to attempt to touch your host for 1 6 protection money on the eve of his birthday party is the act of a fathead.
Very true, sir. It appears further, sir, that the Dowager Lady Chuffnell was keen that some alternative entertainment be provided for the little fellow, and Sir Roderick Glossop was induced to offer his services.
You mean sing?
Yes, sir. I believe Sir Roderick has a pleasing baritone voice, and as a younger man, in the days when he was a medical student, sir, was often accustomed to render songs at smoking concerts and similar entertainments.
Golly. Well, I would never have thought it of that old blister.
I agree that one would scarcely suspect such a thing from his bearing nowadays, sir. Tempora mutanta, noset mutamer in illis.
No doubt. And he was persuaded to black up as well.
Yes, sir. It was her ladyship's view that something in the nature of a negroid performance was indispensable. Master Seabury, when in his present frame of mind, is always extremely exigent.
And old Glossop just right-hoed without a murmur.
Sir Roderick is very amenable at the moment, you must remember, to any suggestion emanating from her ladyship.
You mean he's in love?
Yes, sir.
And love conquers all.
Yes, sir.
But even so, if you were in love, Jeeves, would you black up to entertain the son of the adored object?
No, sir, but we are not all constituted alike.
True.
Sir Roderick did endeavour to protest, but her ladyship overruled his objections on the grounds that his acquiescence would go a long way towards healing the breach between Master Seabury and himself.
Breach?
Yes, sir. I happen to know that the young gentleman had been unsuccessful in his endeavour to extract protection money from Sir Roderick, and was resenting the fact keenly.
He tried to gouge the old boy?
Yes, sir, for 10 shillings. I had this information from the young gentleman himself yesterday.
They all confide in you, Jeeves?
Yes, sir.
And old Glossop wouldn't kick in?
No, sir. Instead, he read the young gentleman something of a lecture, what the latter described as pie jaws. And I happen to know that hard feelings existed as a consequence on the young gentleman's side. So much so, indeed, that his thoughts were turning towards constructing some sort of booby trap for Sir Roderick.
He wouldn't have the nerve to do the dirty on a future stepfather, would he?
He has already done so, sir.
What?
Yes, sir. And the disturbance you no doubt heard shortly before Sir Roderick left the house was caused by Sir Roderick inflicting a personal assault on the young gentleman by way of reprisal.
I see. It sounded as if little Seabury was being murdered. No such luck, I take it?
No, sir, I think not. Although I was not an actual eyewitness of the episode, I derived this information from Mary the parlour-maid, who was present in person.
Present?
Peeping through the door, sir. Sir Roderick's negroid appearance, when she encountered him earlier this evening on the stairs, seemed to have affected the girl powerfully, and she tells me that she had followed him about ever since, waiting to see what he would do next. I gathered that his aspect fascinated her. She is inclined to be somewhat frivolous in her mental attitude, like so many of these young girls.
And what occurred?
The affair may be said to have had its inception, sir, when Sir Roderick, passing through the hall, fell a victim to the young gentleman's booby trap. Incensed by this, he appears to have hastened to the drawing-room, where he immediately subjected Master Seabury to a severe castigation. Her ladyship vainly endeavoured to induce him to desist, but he was firm in his refusal. The upshot of the matter was a definite rift between her ladyship and Sir Roderick, the former stating that she never wished to see him again, the latter asseverating that if he could once get safely out of this pestilential house, he would never darken its doors again.
A real mix-up?
Yes, sir.
And the engagement's off?
Yes, sir. The affection which her ladyship felt for Sir Roderick was instantaneously swept away on the tidal wave of injured mother love.
It's rather well put, Jeeves.
Thank you, sir.
Not at all. So Sir Roderick has pushed off forever?
Apparently, sir.
I say, a lot of trouble Chapnell Hall is seeing these days, almost as if there was a curse on the place.
Yes, if one were superstitious, one might certainly suppose so, sir.
Well, if there wasn't a curse on it before, you can bet there are about 57 now. I heard old Glossop applying them as he passed. He was much moved, Jeeves.
So I should imagine so. Or he would scarcely have left the house in that condition.
How do you mean?
Well, sir, if you consider, it will scarcely be feasible for him to return to his hotel in the existing circumstances. His appearance would excite remark. Nor, after what has occurred, can he very well return to the hall.
Good Lord, Jeeves, you open up a new line of thought. Look, let me just review this. He can't go to his hotel. No, I see that. And he can't crawl back to the Dowager Lady C and ask for shelter. No, I see that too. It's a dead stymie. I can't imagine what on earth he'll do.
It is something of a problem, sir.
Yes. Do you know, Jeeves, scurvily as that man has treated me in the past, I can't help feeling sorry for him. I do, absolutely. He's in such an awful jam. It was bad enough for me being a black-faced wanderer, but I hadn't the position to keep up that he has. I mean to say, the world, observing me in this condition, might quite easily have just shrugged its shoulders and murmured, young blood, or worse to that effect, what?
Yes, sir.
But not with an eminent Harley Street nerve specialist like him.
Very true, sir.
Well, well, well. Dear, dear, dear. I suppose if you come right down to it, this is the vengeance of heaven.
Quite possibly, sir.
It just shows how we ought always to be kind, even to the humblest Jeeves. For years this Glossop has trampled on my face with spiked shoes, and see where's landed him. What would have happened if we'd been on chummy terms at this juncture? He would have been on velvet. Observing him shooting past just now, I should have stopped him. I should have called out to him. I should have said, "Hi, Sir Roderick, half a second. Don't go roaming about the place in make-up. Stick around here for a while. Pretty soon Jeeves will be arriving with the necessary butter, and all will be well." Well, shouldn't I have said that, Jeeves?
Something of that general trend, no doubt, sir.
And he would have been saved from this fearful situation, this sore strait in which he now finds himself. I dare say that man won't be able to get butter till well on in the morning. And all because he wouldn't treat me decently in the past. Well, makes you think a bit, that, Jeeves, what?
Yes, sir.
There's no use talking about it, of course. What's done is done.
Very true, sir. The moving finger writes, and having writ moves on, nor all your piety and wit can lure it back to cancel half a line, or all your tears wash out a word of it.
Quite. Very true. However, Jeeves, this chatter may be all very well, but I have a train to catch, so I will trouble you now to disgorge the butter, if you please.
I am extremely sorry to be obliged to inform you, sir, that owing to Master Seabury's booby trap for Sir Roderick having been made in the nature of an old-fashioned butter slide, sir, there is now no butter in the house.
What?
Yes, sir.
No butter?
No butter, sir.
But, Jeeves, this is frightful.
Most disturbing, sir.
The adjective disturbing, Jeeves, seems to me to miss the facts by about 10 parasangs. You mean this repulsive little aeroplane-eared son of a whatnot used all the house's butter on his butter slide?
Yes, sir. Sir Roderick appears to have fallen with some heaviness, sir. And the parlour-maid Mary spoke of it with a good deal of animation, comparing his descent to the delivery of a ton of coals. I confess the imagery somewhat surprised me, for she is not a highly imaginative girl.
Jeeves?
Sir?
Could we perhaps return to the matter in hand? What am I going to do?
Sir?
Without butter, Jeeves, what am I going to do?
I fear that it will be necessary to postpone the cleansing of your face till a later date, sir. I shall be in a position to supply you with butter tomorrow.
And tonight?
Tonight, I am afraid, sir, you must be content to remain in statu quo.
Well?
A Latin expression, sir.
You mean nothing can be done till tomorrow?
I fear not, sir. It is vexing.
You would go so far as to describe it as that?
Yes, sir. Most vexing.
Oh, well, just as you say, Jeeves. Have you a cigarette?
Turkish or Virginian, sir?
Both. Thank you. And what... Oh, thank you, Jeeves. What do I do in the meantime?
As you have had a somewhat trying evening, I think it would be best, sir, if you were to get a good sleep.
Where? I've already seen Chuffy, and he won't have me in the house. So where, Jeeves? On the lawn?
If I might make the suggestion, sir, I think you would be more comfortable in the Dower House. It is only a short distance across the park, and now Lady Chuffnell and Master Seabury have taken up residence in the hall. It is unoccupied.
It can't be. They wouldn't leave it empty.
One of the gardeners is acting as caretaker, sir, but at this hour he is always down at the Chuffnell Arms in the village. It will be quite simple for you to effect an entrance and establish yourself in one of the upper rooms without his cognizance, and tomorrow morning I could join you there with the necessary materials.
It's not my idea of a frightfully large evening, Jeeves. You've nothing brighter to suggest?
No, sir.
You wouldn't consider letting me have your bed for the night?
No, sir.
I see. Then I might as well be moving.
Yes, sir.
Good night, then, Jeeves.
Good night, sir.
As I walked to the Dower House, I found my thoughts turning once again towards Sir Roderick Glossop with something which came pretty near to being a spirit of kindliness. Well, you know how it is. You go along for years looking on a fellow as a blister and a menace to the public weal, and then one day you suddenly hear of some decent thing he's done, and it makes you feel there must be good in the chap after all. It was so in the matter of this Glossop. Well, nobody, I reasoned, who could slosh young Seabury like that could be altogether bad. There must be fine metal somewhere among the dross. And I was just toying with the idea of inviting the old boy to lunch sometime, when this was all over, when I found that I'd arrived at the outskirts of the Dower House. This bin, or depository for the widows of deceased Lords Chuffnell, was a medium-sized sort of shack, standing in what advertisements describe as spacious and commodious grounds. Tonight, being empty, it should have been quiet as the tomb. But it wasn't. From within was coming the spine-chilling sound of somebody singing Lead Kindly Light. And then suddenly, as I approached, the singing stopped, and Brinkley's voice spoke 3 words that froze the gizzard.
It's the devil!
Oh, good Lord!
It's the black devil! Come back! Come back here! Yes! I want to kill you! Come here!
Oh, golly, what the blazing is he up to?
I want to get at you! Come here! Come back!
Well, I'm dashed. It's Sir Roderick. Sir Roderick! What ho, what ho!
What? What?
It's all right. Only B, Wooster.
Oh, Mr. Wooster.
Absolutely.
Good God. No doubt you are wondering, Mr. Wooster, what is the explanation of all this?
Not a bit, not a bit. I know all. I'm abreast of the whole situation. I heard what had happened at the hall, and directly I saw you shoot out of that door, I knew what must have occurred here. You were planning to spend the night in the Dower House, weren't you?
I was. If you have really been apprised of what took place at Chuffnell Hall, Mr. Wooster, you are aware that I am in the unfortunate position of...
Being blacked out? I know. So am I.
You?
Yes. It's a long story, and I couldn't tell you anyway because it's by way of being secret history. But you can take it from me, we are both in the same fix.
But this is astonishing.
Quite. You can't go back to your hotel, and I can't get up to London till we have taken the makeup off.
Good God.
Yeah. It seems to bring us very close together, what?
Mr. Wooster, we have had our differences in the past. The fault may have been mine, I cannot say, but in this crisis we must forget them and...
Stick together?
Precisely.
Yeah.
Now, that house, Mr. Wooster, the Dower House, is, I speak in all seriousness, an inferno.
Quite.
I am not simply alluding to the presence on the premises of what appeared to me to be a dangerous lunatic. I mean that the whole place is congested with living organisms. Mice, Mr. Wooster, and small dogs, and I think I saw a monkey.
Eh?
I remember now that Lady Chuffnell informed me that her son had started to maintain an establishment of these creatures. But at the moment it had slipped my mind, and the experience came upon me without warning or preparation.
Of course, yes, Seabury breeds things. I remember him telling me. So you were snootered by the menagerie.
Shall I tell you of my experiences beneath that roof, Mr. Wooster?
Do. We have the night before us.
It was a nightmare. I had scarcely entered the place when a voice addressed me from a dark corner of the kitchen, which was the room in which I first found myself. "I see you, you old muddler," was the phrase it employed.
Dashed familiar.
I need hardly tell you what consternation it occasioned me. I bit my tongue severely. Then, divining that the speaker was merely a parrot, I hastened from the room. I had scarcely reached the stairs when I observed a hideous form, a little short, broad, bow-legged individual with long arms and a dark, wizened face. He was wearing clothes of some description, and he walked rapidly, lurching from side to side and gibbering. In my present cool frame of mind, I realized that it must have been a monkey. But at the time...
Oh, what a home, eh? Add little Seabury and what a home. How about the mice?
They came later. But allow me, if you will, to adhere to the chronological sequence of my misadventures, or I shall be unable to relate the story coherently. The room in which I next found myself appeared to be completely filled with small dogs, and they pounced upon me, snuffling and biting at me. I escaped and entered another room. Here, at last, I was saying to myself, even in this sinister and ill-omened house, there must be peace. Mr. Wooster, I had hardly framed the thought when something ran up my right trouser leg. I sprang to one side, and in so doing, upset what appeared to be a box or cage of some kind. I found myself in a sea of mice. Oh, and I detest the creatures. I endeavored to brush them off, and they clung the more. Eventually, Mr. Wooster, I quite simply fled from the room, and I had scarcely reached the stairs again when this lunatic appeared and attacked me. He pursued me up and down the stairs. I give you my word.
Oh, quite. We all go through it. I had the same experience.
You?
Rather. He nearly got me with a carving knife.
As far as I could discern, the weapon he carried was more of the order of a chopper.
He varies. Now the carving knife, anon the chopper. Versatile chap. It's the artistic temperament, I suppose.
But you speak as if you know this man.
I do more than know him. I employ him. He's my valet.
Your valet?
Fellow named Brinkley. He won't be my valet long, mind you, if he ever simmers down sufficiently for me to get near enough to sack him. Ironical, that, when you come to think of it, eh? I mean, do you realise that I'm giving this chap a salary all this time? I mean, in other words, he's actually being paid to chiver me about with carving knives. If that's not life, what is?
I see.
You had quite a night, haven't you?
Oh, a truly terrible night, Mr. Wooster. I shall not readily recover a normal tranquility of mind. Oh, my pulse is still high, and I do not like the way my heart is beating. However, by a merciful good fortune, all has ended well. You will be able to give me the shelter I so sorely need in your cottage. And there, with the assistance of a little soap and water, I shall be able to wash off this distasteful blacking.
You can't get that stuff off with soap and water. You have to have butter.
Oh, the point strikes me as immaterial. You can provide butter, no doubt?
Sorry, no butter.
There must be butter in your cottage.
There isn't. There isn't a cottage.
I cannot understand you.
It's burned down.
What?
Yes, Brinkley did it.
Good God.
A nuisance in many ways, I must confess. But be of good cheer. We may not be so well off for cottages, but the butter situation, I'm happy to say, is reasonably bright. We can't get any tonight, but it cometh in the morning, so to speak. Jeeves is going to bring me some as soon as the dairyman delivers.
But I cannot remain in this condition till morning.
Only course to pursue, I'm afraid.
Mr. Wooster, this cottage of yours, headed to garage?
Oh, yes.
Was that burned down also?
No, I fancy it escaped the Holocaust. It was well away from the scene of conflagration.
Is there petrol in it?
Oh, yes, lots of petrol.
Why, then, all is well. I am convinced that petrol will prove a cleansing agent equally as efficacious as butter.
Oh, but dash it, I say, you can't go to my garage.
Why not, pray?
You could if you like, I suppose. Not me, though. For reasons which I am not prepared to divulge. I propose to spend the rest of the night in the summer house on the main lawn of the hall.
You will not accompany me?
Sorry, no.
Then good night, Mr. Wooster. I will not keep you any longer from your rest. I am greatly obliged to you for the assistance you have accorded me in a trying situation. We must see more of one another. Let us lunch together one of these days. How do I obtain access to this garage of yours?
You have to bust a window.
I will do so. Good night then, Mr. Wooster.
Good night. I say, keep an eye open for wolves.
Wolves? Wolves? What are wolves?
Oh, nothing. Nothing. Good night.
In that episode, the parts were played as follows. Jeeves, Michael Hordern, Bertie, Richard Briers, Lord Chuffnell, Clive Francis, Sir Roderick Glossop, John Graham, Brinkley, Alaric Cotter, Police Sergeant Wools, John Dunbar. The episode was adapted for radio by Chris Miller from the book Thank You, Jeeves by P.G. Wodehouse. The programme was produced by Peter Titheridge. We present What Ho, Jeeves by P.G. Wodehouse. Starring Michael Hordern as Jeeves, Richard Briers as Bertie Wooster, and Clive Francis as Lord Chuffnell. From the book, Thank You, Jeeves, Episode 4, Jeeves Finds the Way.
When J. Washburn Stoker inherited approximately $50 million in the will of his pottiest second cousin George, one of his first acts had been to promise to buy Chuffnell Hall, Somerset, for his old crony, Sir Roderick Glossop. The idea being that the eminent loony doctor would then convert it into a country club for his nerve patients. A subsequent quarrel between the two blighters, however, had led to old Stoker welshing on the deal and stumping peevishly back to his yacht, much to the disgruntlement of the owner of the hall, Marmaduke, 5th Baron Chuffnell. This Chuffnell was, in addition, undergoing a goodish amount of mental anguish on account of his love for Pauline Stoker, daughter of J. Washburn. Finding her late one night roosting in my cottage and fat-headedly misinterpreting her motives, he had exploded like a paper bag. And she, understandably as sore as a gun boil at his lack of faith in her, had immediately handed him his hat. Old Pop Stoker, meanwhile, also hearing of Pauline's visit to the Wooster home, had invited me to his yacht, and there clapped me in irons to await a fate worse than death, viz., marriage. Thanks to Jeeves, however, I had escaped from that floating dungeon by disguising myself as a nigger minstrel, only to find on returning to my cottage that my new valet, Brinkley, was in the act of burning it to the ground. I had thus, on account of my boot-polish face and a shortage of butter to cleanse same, been forced to seek sanctuary for the night in the summer house on the main lawn of Chapel Hall. All pretty clear so far, what? Fine. I awoke the next morning to the sound of somebody coughing softly at my side, like a respectful sheep trying to attract the attention of its shepherd. Oh, Jeeves.
Good morning, sir. I was not expecting to see you here. I had supposed that the arrangement was that we should meet across the park at the Dower House.
Jeeves, one brief word about the Dower House, and then I should like the subject shelved indefinitely. I know that when you suggested I spent the night there, your motives were pure to the last drop, but the fact remains that you were dispatching me to a nasty salient. Do you know who was lurking in that house of fear? Brinkley. Still as tight as an owl, and this time wielding a chopper.
I'm very sorry to hear that, sir.
But that's not all, Jeeves. Do you know who else was there? Sir Roderick Glossop.
Indeed, sir.
Yes. You remember we were wondering last night where he would find refuge after his row with the Dowager Lady Chapel?
Yes, sir. Certainly Sir Roderick's kindly gesture in blackening his face in order to entertain Master Seabury had placed the gentleman in an embarrassing position. His negroid appearance undoubtedly militated against his returning to his hotel.
Quite. Well, he decided to try the Dower House, too. I met him shooting out of the back door like a rat out of a trap, with Brinkley in hot pursuit.
Most unfortunate, sir.
Yes, but at least he's probably now safe and pink-faced. He went to my garage shortly afterwards to get petrol. Was he correct in supposing that that would clean him as well as butter?
Yes, sir.
Then I should think he's on his way to London by now, if not actually in the metropolis.
Her ladyship will, I am sure, be much relieved, sir. She was inquiring about Sir Roderick's whereabouts this morning, and I definitely received the impression that she regretted last night's falling out.
You mean she loves him still and wishes to extend the amende honorable?
Or olive branch? Yes, sir. So at least I divined from her demeanour. I was left with the impression that all the old love and esteem were in operation once more.
I'm very glad to hear it, for I must tell you, Jeeves, that since we last got together, I've completely changed my mind about the above Glossop. I see now that there is much good in him. In the silent watches of the night, we formed, what you wouldn't be far out in describing, as a beautiful friendship. We discovered each other's hidden merits, and he left showering invitations to lunch.
Indeed, sir.
Absolutely. From now on, there'll always be a knife and fork for Bertram at the Glossop lair, and the same for Roddy, Shea Bertram.
Very gratifying, sir.
Most. So if you're chatting with Lady Chufnell in the near future, you can tell her that the match has my full approval and sanction.
I'm very pleased to hear it, sir.
But all this, Jeeves, if I may strike the practical note, is beside the point. The main issue is that I'm still as black as the ace of spades and sorely require butter. Can you procure some for me eftsoons or right speedily?
Certainly, sir. But may I ask, sir, why you did not accompany Sir Roderick to your garage last night in search of petrol?
You may, Jeeves, because it's plumb spang in the Vooles-Dobson belt, that's why.
Sir?
The area most frequently infested by Sergeant Vooles and Constable Dobson, Jeeves. You remember my telling you how those two blisters hounded me from garage to potting shed the night I was forced by Miss Stoker's presence in my bed to sleep out? Well, I couldn't face being detained and questioned by them again, Jeeves. My morale has been shattered.
I quite understand, sir.
And now, Jeeves, if you don't mind, butter.
You're very good, sir. Mr. Stoker is approaching across the lawn, sir.
What? J. Washburn Stoker?
Exactly, sir.
What the blazes is he doing here? That man must have the crust of a rhinoceros. He and Chuffy aren't on speaking terms.
No, sir. Possibly the gentleman has come to look for you, sir. He is approaching in this direction.
What?
Hey, you!
Oh, golly. Where can I hide, Jeeves? Quick.
No, the corner behind those deck chairs recommends itself, sir.
Righto.
Hey, you, Jeeves! You come here, you.
Good morning, sir.
So, you're here, are you?
Yes.
I came to look for Mr. Wooster. Never reckoned I'd run into you. But listen, do you know what I've got a mind to do to you?
No, sir.
Break your damn neck!
Indeed, sir.
Yes!
A little extreme, sir, surely? I can appreciate that the fact that I decided somewhat abruptly, I admit, to leave your employment and return to that of his lordship might occasion displeasure on your part.
You know what I'm talking about. Are you going to deny that it was you who smuggled that guy Wooster off of my yacht?
No, sir. I admit I was instrumental in restoring his liberty to Mr. Wooster. In the course of a conversation I had with him, Mr. Wooster informed me that he was being detained on the vessel Ultra Varies, and acting in your best interests, I released him. At that time, you will recall, sir, I was in your employment, and I felt it my duty to save you from what might have been an extremely serious contretemps.
Look, are you crazy or am I?
Sir?
Save me from a
contretemps?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I cannot make the assertion with authority. I am not certain to what extent the fact that Mr. Wooster came on board the yacht of his own volition would weigh with a jury.
Jury?
But his detention on the vessel, despite his expressed desire to leave, would, I'm inclined to imagine, constitute an act of kidnapping, the penalties for which, as you are no doubt aware, sir, are very severe.
But say, now listen,
England is an extremely law-abiding country, sir, and offences which might pass unnoticed in your own land are prosecuted here with the greatest vigour. My knowledge of legal minutiae is, I regret to say, slight, so I cannot asseverate with perfect confidence that this detention of Mr. Wooster would have ranked as an act in contravention of the criminal code, and, as such, liable to punishment with penal servitude.
What?
But undoubtedly, had I not intervened, the young gentleman would have been in a position to bring a civil action and mulct you in very substantial damages. So, acting, as I say, in your best interests, sir, I released Mr. Wooster.
Thanks.
Not at all, sir.
Oh, thank you very much.
I did what I considered the only thing that could avert a most disagreeable contingency.
Well, dashed good of you. Look, I've got to think about this.
Yes.
I hadn't looked at it that way before. Perhaps I ought to have a talk with Mr. Wooster right away.
Yes, sir.
You don't happen to know where he is, do you?
I rather fancy it was Mr. Wooster's intention to pass the night in the Dower House, sir.
The Dower House. Oh, that's that place across the park.
Yes, sir.
I'll take a walk over there now, I think.
Very good, sir.
And thank you, Jeeves.
Not at all, sir. Mr. Stoker has departed, sir.
Jeeves, I wouldn't have believed it possible. That human wildcat reduced to a domestic pet in less than 5 minutes. There is none like you, Jeeves, none.
It is extremely kind of you to say so, sir.
Your father wasn't a snake charmer, was he?
No, sir.
Oh, it just crossed my mind. I say, what do you think will happen when old Stoker gets to the Dower House?
We can only conjecture, sir.
My fear is that Brinkley may have slept it off by now.
There is that possibility, sir.
Still, he should have the hangover of a lifetime, so he might not take too kindly to someone banging on the door knocker, and he still has that chopper. We must hope for the best.
Yes, sir.
And now, Jeeves, once again, butter. Can you get some? It is imperative that... Oh, my sainted aunt. Is that Pauline Stoker now?
Yes, sir. The young lady has just emerged from his lordship's study.
Oh, dash it, what's she doing here? Is this old home week for Stokers? They seem to be overrunning Chufnell Hall like mice.
Yes, sir.
Well, I suppose it's once more into the lower depths for Bertram.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Jeeves.
Good morning, miss.
Have you seen Lord Chufnell this morning? I was expecting to find him in his study.
He should be down any moment, miss. His breakfast tray had, I noticed, been delivered.
I thought I smelt something as I came through. What's he having?
Kippered herrings, miss.
They smelt good. I haven't had any breakfast yet, Jeeves.
No, miss.
No. Father yanked me out of bed and had me halfway here before I was properly awake. He's all worked up, Jeeves.
Yes, miss. I have just been having a conversation with Mr. Stoker. He did appear somewhat overwrought.
All the way here, he was talking about what he was going to do if he ever found you again. And now you tell me he did find you. What happened? Did he eat you?
No, miss.
Probably on a diet. Do you know where he is now?
Mr. Stoker left a moment ago with the intention of visiting the Dower House, miss. I think he hopes to find Mr. Wooster there.
Somebody ought to warn that poor sap.
You need experience no anxiety for Mr. Wooster, miss. He is not at the Dower House.
Where is he?
Elsewhere?
Not that I care where he is. Incidentally, do you remember me telling you last night, Jeeves, that I was thinking of becoming Mrs. Bertrand W. in order to score off Lord Chufnell?
Yes, miss.
Well, I'm not. So you needn't save up for that fish slice after all. I've changed my mind.
I'm glad to hear that, miss. I doubt whether the union would have been a successful one. Mr. Wooster is an agreeable young gentleman, but I would describe him as essentially one of nature's bachelors.
I agree. So no matter if Father does tear the roof off, I'm not going to marry that poor persecuted lamb. Why should I? I've nothing against him.
Very true, miss.
Well, I suppose I'd better go and look for Lord Chufnell, Jeeves. Though what I'm going to say to him, I can't think. Has he mentioned my name recently?
No, miss.
Oh, well, maybe things will work out.
We can but hope so, miss.
Cheerio, then, Jeeves.
Good morning, miss. Sir?
Has she gone, Jeeves?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I say, Jeeves, that's a bit of goose, isn't it?
Sir?
That Miss Stoker's changed her mind about shoving on the old bridal veil and stepping up the aisle at my side.
Oh, yes, sir.
Now, all we've got to do is to stage manage a reconciliation with Chuffy, and everything will be boomster-daisy once again. You haven't any ideas on that front, have you?
Not at present, sir.
Oh, well, it'll keep. And now, Jeeves, for the third time of asking, if you please, butter, seize of it, instanter.
Very good, sir. I will obtain some for you right away.
Thank you, Jeeves.
Not at all, sir.
As I waited for Jeeves to return with a quarter of a pound or so of dairy produce, I found my thoughts turning more and more towards the subject of breakfast. It wouldn't be going too far to say that Pauline Stoker's casual mention of it had really touched the spot. It's a rummy thing about the morning meal. When you've only to press a bell to have the domestic staff racing in with everything on the menu from oatmeal to jams, marmalades and potted meats, you find that all you can look at is a glass of soda water and a rusk. When you can't get it, you feel like a python when the zoo officials have just started to bang the luncheon gong. And I can give no better indication of the extraordinary way the old tum had suddenly come out of its trance than by mentioning that there was a young fowl of sorts, not far away, engaged in getting outside a large pink worm, and I could willingly have joined it at the board. In fact, at this juncture, I think I would have taken potluck with a buzzard. Happily, however, such extreme measures were unnecessary. For only 50 yards away, under a metal cover, sat a plate, bulging, if Jeeves's word was to be credited, with kippers. That plate seemed to beckon to me. A moment later, I was speeding on my way across the lawn. I passed through the French windows at some 40 mph and was on the point of snaffling the works and making a slippy exit when I realized to my horror that Pauline Stoker had beaten me to it. For a moment, we looked at each other with a wild surmise, silent upon a ground floor back in Chufnell Regis. And then one of the most devastating yowls of terror I've ever heard in my puff ripped through the air. It coincided with the opening of the door and the appearance on the threshold of the 5th Baron Chufnell. And the next moment, he had dashed at her and gathered her in his arms, and she had dashed at him and been gathered. They couldn't have done it more neatly if they'd been rehearsing for weeks.
Ah! What is it?
It's all right, Angel. What's the matter, sweetheart? Tell me, precious. Did you see something, Pet? Hello, Chuffy. Nice day. Bertie.
Bertie, you great goof. Well, what's the idea of scaring people stiff like that?
Bertie, you really are, without exception, the most completely dribbling lunatic that was ever at large. I regret, Chufnell, that I startled this young fathead, but I can't see how I could be expected to know she would be in here. Besides, talking of lunatics, don't forget 2 days ago you gave this lovely girl the bird for no good reason at all, and if that isn't an example of grade A goofiness, I don't know what is.
That's true. That is true. I'm sorry, Angel. I did behave stupidly.
Oh, that's all right, darling.
It was all my fault, precious.
It was mine too, sweetness.
Please, please.
You were saying, Wooster?
Nothing.
I thought you made a remark.
Oh, no.
Good. You'd better not.
Chuffy, old man, we must not allow ourselves to brawl. This is the moment for the genial eye and the affable smile. No one could be more delighted than myself that you and this old friend of mine have buried the dead past and started all square together. I may look on myself as an old friend, may I not, Pauline?
Well, I should hope so, you poor dither. Why, I knew you before I ever met Marmaduke.
Oh, yes, Chuffy. This Marmaduke business.
I want to take that up with you sometime. Fancy you keeping that dark all these years.
There's nothing wrong in being christened Marmaduke, is there?
Nothing wrong, no, nothing wrong at all, no. But we shall have a good laugh about it at the drones.
Bertie, if you breathe a word of it to those blighters of the drones, I'll track you to the end of the earth and strangle you with my bare hands.
Well, we will see. No. But as I was saying, I'm delighted that this reconciliation has taken place. There are few more charming girls than this P. Stoker, and you're lucky to have won her, old man, in spite of the fact that she is handicapped by possessing a father who bears a striking resemblance to something out of the Book of Revelations.
Father's a good enough egg, Bertie, if you rub him the right way.
You hear that, Chuffy? In rubbing this bally old thug, be sure to do it the right way.
He's not a bally old thug.
Pardon me. I appeal to Chuffy.
Well, I must say, Angel, he does strike me at times as a bit over the odds.
Exactly. And never forget that he has resolved that Pauline shall marry me.
What? I'm darned if I'll ever marry you, Bertie.
The right spirit, old girl, the right spirit. But can you preserve that intrepid attitude when you see Pop breathing flame through his nostrils and chewing broken bottles in the foreground? Will you not, if I may coin a phrase, be afraid of the big bad wolf?
We're going to have a pretty tough time with him, of course. He's pretty sore with you, Angel, you know.
I'll attend to him.
No, Chuffy, I will attend to him. Leave the whole conduct of the affair to me.
You? Why, you poor lamb, you'd run a mile if Father so much as said boo to you.
I anticipate no such contingency. Why should he say boo to me? I mean, a damn silly thing for anybody to say to anyone. And even if he did make that idiotic observation, the effects would not be such as you have outlined. That I was once a little on the nervous side in your parents' presence, I admit. But no longer. Not anymore. The scales have fallen from my eyes. Recently I have seen him in the space of something under 3 minutes, reduced by Jeeves from a howling blizzard to a gentle breeze, and the spell is broken. When he comes, you may leave him to me with every confidence. I shan't be rough with him, but I shall be firm.
Pauline, eh?
Ah, and this, if I mistake not, Watson, is our client now.
Oh, gee.
What on earth's been happening, Father? You've got a black eye.
I couldn't get the fella.
What fella?
Well, I don't know who he was. He was some lunatic in that dower house. He stood there at the window throwing potatoes at me.
You can consider yourself dashed lucky that the fellow elected to deal with you at long range. For close quarters work, he usually employs a carving knife or a chopper.
Who are you? Are you Wooster?
Still Wooster, Stoker, old man, yes. First, last, and all the time, Bertram Wooster.
What the devil has he done to his face, huh?
Sunburn. Well, Stoker, it's most convenient that you should have dropped in like this.
Huh?
I've been looking for you. Well, that's putting it a bit loosely, perhaps. But anyway, I'm glad to see you now, because I've been waiting to tell you that idea of yours about your daughter and me getting married is off. Forget it, Stoker. Abandon it. Wash it right out. Nothing to it at all. She's going to marry Chuffy, Lord Chupnall. Him.
What?
Yes, all set.
Is this true, Pauline?
Yes, Father.
Huh? You intend to marry a man who calls your father a pop-eyed old swindler, do you?
Did you call him a pop-eyed old swindler, Marmaduke?
Certainly not.
Yes, you did when I told you I was not going to buy this house of yours.
Oh, well, you know how it is.
Anyway, I'm going to marry him, Father.
You are not.
I am, too. I love him.
Oh, yes. Well, only yesterday you were in love with this damned sooty-faced imbecile here.
Stoker, you forget yourself strangely. I must ask you to preserve the decencies of debate. And it isn't soot, it's boot polish.
And I'm not in love with him anyway.
You said you were.
Well, I wasn't.
Well, so the fact of the matter is, you don't know your own mind. Well, I'm going to make it up for you.
I'm not going to marry Bertie, Father, whatever you say.
Well, you're certainly not going to marry a fortune-hunting English lord.
What do you mean, a fortune-hunting English lord?
I mean what I say, sir. You haven't a cent. And since George died, Pauline's been the heiress to $50 million. Why, darn it, you're just like that fellow in that musical comedy I saw. What was his name? Lord Watley.
What Watley? I'm not a bit like Watley.
You're the living spit of him. Same sort of face, same expression, same way of talking. I've been wondering all along who it was you reminded me of, and now I know it's Lord Watley.
You're talking perfect nonsense, Father. The whole trouble all along was that Marmaduke was so scrupulous and chivalrous that he wouldn't ask me to marry him till he had enough money. I couldn't think what was the matter with him. And then you promised to buy Chopnall Hall. And 5 minutes later, he came bounding up to me and started proposing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you didn't mean to buy the hall, you ought not to have said you would. And I don't see why you won't, either.
I was planning to buy it because Glossop asked me to. But the way I feel towards that guy now, I wouldn't buy a peanut stand to please him.
He's not a bad sort, old Glossop, you know. I like it.
Well, you can have him.
Yes, Jeeves?
For Mr. Stoker, my lord. Excuse me, sir. A seaman from your yacht has just brought this cablegram, which arrived shortly after your departure this morning. The captain of the vessel, fancying that it might be of an urgent nature, instructed him to convey it to this house. I took it from him at the back door and hastened hither with it in order to deliver it to you personally.
What do you mean is there's a cable for me?
Yes.
Then why not say so, damn it, instead of making a song about it? You think you're in an opera or something? Gimme!
Sir?
That Glossop gets nothing out of me. Of course, if he cares to come to me and apologize, I may possibly... Oh, boy.
What's the matter, Father?
It's happened.
What's happened?
What? I'll tell you what. The family's contesting old George's will.
You don't mean that.
I do mean that. They're trying to make out he was loco. There, you read it for yourself.
Oh... But if this goes through, Bang goes our $50 million.
Of course it does.
We shan't have a cent, hardly.
Hey! Say that again, Angel. Do you mean you've lost all your money?
Well, looks like it.
Fine! Great! Ripping! Wonderful! Topping! Splendid!
Why, so it is, isn't it?
Of course it is! I'm broke. You're broke. Let's rush off and get married.
Of course.
This makes everything all right. Nobody can say I'm like Wat Watley now.
They certainly can't.
Wat Watley, on hearing the news, would have edged out.
I should say so. You wouldn't have been able to see him for dust.
It's marvelous.
It's magnificent.
In all my life, I've never heard of such a bit of luck as this.
Nor have I.
Coming just at the right time.
Exactly at the right time.
It's topping.
It's simply great.
Pauline, will you stop talking infernal rot and listen to me? Haven't any sense at all? What do you mean you've lost your money? Do you think I'm going to lie down and let this go through without making any comeback? They haven't a dog's chance. Old George was as sane as I am. And I've got Sir Roderick Glossop, the greatest alienist in England, to prove it.
But you haven't.
I've only to put Glossop on the witness stand and their case collapses like a bubble.
But Sir Roderick won't testify for you now that you've quarreled with him.
Who says I've quarreled with him? You show me the half-wit who dares to assert that I'm not on the most cordial terms with Sir Roderick Glossop. Just because we had a trifling, temporary difference, such as happens to the closest of friends, does that mean we're not like brothers?
But suppose he won't apologize to you.
Why, there's never been any question of his apologizing to me. I shall naturally apologize to him. I suppose I'm man enough to admit frankly that I have been in the wrong and have wounded my best friend's feelings, aren't I? Of course I shall apologize to him, and he will accept my apology in the spirit in which it is given. There's nothing small about Sir Roderick Glossop. I'll have him over in New York testifying his head off inside of 2 weeks. Now, what's the name of this place he's staying at? This Sea View Hotel, isn't it? I'll get him on the wire at once and arrange a meeting.
He's not in his hotel, I know.
Eh? Where is he?
Quite possibly in London.
London? Why in London?
Why not?
Well, what's his address in London?
I don't know.
Well, don't any of you know?
I don't.
I don't.
A lot of use you are to a man. Get out! We're busy.
I beg your pardon, sir. I was desirous of speaking to his lordship for a moment.
Later on, Jeeves.
Very good, my lord.
Come on now. It can't be that hard to locate a man of Sir Roderick's eminence.
If you will pardon me for intruding the observation, sir, I think I can tell you where Sir Roderick is, if I am right in supposing that it is Sir Roderick Glossop that you are anxious to find.
Well, of course it is. How many Sir Rodericks do you think I know? Where is he then?
In the garden, sir.
This garden, do you mean?
Yes, sir.
Well, then go and ask him to come here at once. Whereabouts in the garden did you see him?
I did not see him, sir. I was merely informed that he was there.
Well, damn it, man. Whereabouts in the garden did whoever merely informed you that he was in the garden merely inform you that he was?
In the potting shed, sir.
The potting shed?
Yes.
Well, what's he doing in the potting shed?
Sitting, sir, I imagine. As I say, I do not speak from first-hand observation. My informant is Sergeant Vooles.
Who the devil is Sergeant Vooles?
The uncle of Constable Dobson, sir.
Well, who is Constable Dobson, then?
The police officer who arrested Sir Roderick last night, sir. Thank you, sir.
Jeeves?
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 Hey, you.
Sir?
What do you mean by going off like that?
I was under the impression that his lordship, occupied with more vital matters, was not at leisure to attend to the communication I desired to make. I planned to return later, sir.
Well, just stay put for a second, won't you?
Certainly, sir. Had I been aware that you were desirous of speaking to me, sir, I would not have withdrawn from the room. It was merely the apprehension lest I might be intruding at a moment when my presence was not desired.
All right. Never mind all that stuff.
Your presence is of the essence, Jeeves.
Thank you, sir.
Now, Jeeves, did you say that Sir Roderick Glossop had been arrested?
Yes, my lord. He was apprehended by Constable Dobson last night and placed in the potting shed in the hall grounds. The constable remaining on guard at the door. The larger potting shed, my lord, not the smaller one. The potting shed to which I allude is the potting shed on the right. As you enter the kitchen garden, it has a red tile roof in contradistinction to the smaller potting shed, the roof of which is constructed, as you
Jeeves.
know. Sir?
Never mind which potting shed.
No, sir.
Not of the essence.
I quite understand, sir.
Carry on, Jeeves.
It appears, my lord, that Constable Dobson arrested Sir Roderick at an advanced hour last night. He was then in something of a quandary as to what means to take for his disposal. You must understand, my lord, that in the conflagration which destroyed Mr. Wooster's cottage, that of Sergeant Wool's, which is contiguous, was also burned down. And as this cottage of Sergeant Wools's is also the local police station, Constable Dobson was not unnaturally somewhat at a loss to know where to place the prisoner. The more so as Sergeant Wool's was not there to advise him. He, in fighting the flames, having sustained an unfortunate injury to his head and having been removed to the house of his aunt. I refer to his Aunt Maud, who resides in Chapnell Regis, sir, not, of course, his Aunt Mabel,
Jeeves.
who, as you know, sir?
Never mind which aunt.
No, sir.
Scarcely germane.
Quite so, sir.
Carry on, Jeeves.
Very good, sir. So, in the end, acting upon his own initiative, the constable arrived at the conclusion that as secure a place as any would be the potting shed, the larger, the potting shed.
The one with the tiled roof.
Precisely, sir. He therefore placed Sir Roderick in the larger potting shed and remained on guard there throughout the remainder of the night. Some little time ago, the gardeners came on duty, and the constable sent a message by one of them to Sergeant Booles, now happily recovered. On receiving the communication, the sergeant hastened to the hall to interview his lordship, who, being a justice of the peace, has the power to commit the prisoner to incarceration in a more recognized prison.
What?
He is waiting in the library now, my lord, till your lordship is at leisure to see him.
Prison? But how can he be in prison? What's he got to do with prisons? And why does this fool of a cop think that he ought to be in prison?
The charge, I understand, sir, is one of burglary.
Burglary?
Yes. Constable Dobson is under the impression that Sir Roderick is a member of the troupe of Negroid minstrels who performed on your yacht last night.
Oh, no. Jeeves, do you mean that Sir Roderick Glossop is still blacked out?
Yes.
He's blacked out?
He covered his face with burnt cork yesterday evening to amuse little Seabury, and due to a shortage of butter, is still in that state.
Well, this is the finish then, isn't it? This is where I drop $50 million and try to like it. A lot of use any testimony in a lunacy case is going to be from a fellow who gets himself pinched while wandering around the country in a black face. Why, there isn't a judge in America who wouldn't rule out anything he said on the ground that he was crazy himself. Well, joke's on me, all right. Yes, the joke's certainly on me. My expert will be shown out to be loonier than old George could have been if he'd tried for 1,000 years. It's funny when you come to think of it. Yeah, ironical. It reminds one of that thing about lo, somebody's name led all the rest.
Abu Ben Adhem, sir.
Have I what?
The poem to which you allude relates to a certain Abu Ben Adhem, who, according to the story, awoke one night from a deep dream of peace to find an angel...
Get out.
Sir?
Get out of this room before I murder you.
Yes, sir.
And take your angels with you.
Very good, sir.
Angels at a time like this?
He was perfectly right, you know. I used to know the thing by heart at school. This cove found an angel sitting by his bed writing in a book, don't you know? And the upshot of the whole affair was... Oh, all right. If you don't want to hear. Wooster does not trust his conversation on the unwilling.
Now, look, we've got to think of something fast. What's wrong with a rescue party, eh?
How do you mean, Father?
Listen, what's the matter with going and breaking the door of this damn potting shed down and getting him out and smuggling him away and hiding him somewhere and letting these darn cops run circles around themselves trying to find him?
No, we couldn't.
Why not?
You heard Jeeves say Dobson was on guard.
Well, bat him over the head with a shovel.
Mr. Stoker, I am a justice of the peace. I can hardly sanction a physical assault on a member of the constabulary.
Well, darn it then, bribe him.
You can't bribe an English policeman.
You mean that?
Not a chance.
My God, what a country. You back?
Yes, sir.
Well,
Sir?
what do you want?
The bell rang, sir.
No, Jeeves. Nobody rang. I rang, Chuffy. What for? For Jeeves. We don't want Jeeves. Chuffy, old man, if there could ever be a time when you wanted Jeeves more than you do now, Look, what I'm driving at, Chuffy, is that there's only one man who can get you out of this mess. He stands before you. I mean Jeeves. Recall some of the swift ones he's pulled in the past, Chuffy. Jeeves always finds the way. By Jove, yes, that is right. He does, doesn't he? He does indeed. Jeeves, we require your cooperation and advice.
Very good, sir.
If there are any darned angels involved...
Stoker, please. Jeeves, to begin with, let me give you a brief synopsis. Do I mean synopsis?
Yes, sir. Synopsis is perfect.
A brief synopsis, then, of the position of affairs. I have no doubt you recall the late Mr. George Stoker.
Yes, sir. I saw a good deal of his personal attendant when we were in New York, a man named Benstead.
Quite. Well, Jeeves, the cable that you brought just now was to say that his will, Mr. George Stoker's will, that is being contested on the ground that the testator was as goofy as a coot.
Yes.
In rebuttal of this, Mr. Stoker had intended to bring Sir Roderick Glossop into the witness box to testify as an expert that old George was grade A in the sanity line. Not a gibber in him, if you see what I mean. However, and this is the nub of the thing, Jeeves, Sir Roderick is now in the potting shed with his face covered in burnt cork and a sharp sentence for burglary staring him in the eyeball. You see how this weakens him as a force?
Yes.
In this world, Jeeves, you can do one of two things. You can set yourself up as a final authority on whether your fellow man is sane or not, or you can go blacking your face and getting put in potting sheds. You cannot do both. So what is to be done, Jeeves?
I would suggest removing Sir Roderick from the shed, sir.
There! Didn't I tell you Jeeves would find the way?
Ha! Remove him from the shed, eh? How? With a team of angels?
Can you remove Sir Roderick from the shed, Jeeves?
Yes, sir.
You were convinced of this?
Yes, sir.
You have already formulated a plan or scheme?
Yes.
Well, I take it all back then. Forget I said it. You get me out of this jam and you can come and wake me up in the night and talk about angels if you want.
Thank you very much, sir.
Well, come on then. What is this plan or scheme? Spill it.
Wait, Jeeves. Just one moment, Stoker, before we go any further. There are two things to be settled. Do you give your solemn word to purchase Chuffnell Hall from old Chuffy here at a price to be agreed upon between the two contracting parties?
Yes.
And do you consent to the union of your daughter Pauline over there with old Chuffy here and none of that rot about her marrying me?
Sure.
Jeeves, you may speak.
Thank you, sir. Having given this matter a good deal of consideration, sir, I have come to the conclusion that the crux of the problem is the presence before the entrance of the potting shed of Constable Dobson.
Correct, Jeeves. Another way of putting it would be the snag.
Precisely, sir. Our first move, accordingly, must be to eliminate Constable Dobson. Now, this, in my opinion, may be readily accomplished by sending word to him that the parlour-maid Mary, to whom he is by way of being betrothed, is waiting for him in the raspberry bushes with a cup of coffee and a ham sandwich. The constable, I find, sir, has not yet breakfasted.
Nor have I, Jeeves, so skim lightly over this bit, would you? I'm not made of marble.
I beg your pardon, sir.
Not at all, Jeeves. I understand precisely what you're driving at. Young Dobson will be in those raspberry bushes like a shot.
Yes, sir.
Wait a minute, Jeeves. I don't get this. If he wanted food, why wouldn't he come straight to the house?
Because he would be apprehensive of being observed by Sergeant Wools, miss. He is under strict orders from his superior to remain at his post.
Then would he leave it? My dear old man, he has not yet breakfasted, and this girl will be dripping with coffee and ham sandwiches. Don't hold up the run of the dialogue with foolish questions. Yes, Jeeves?
In his absence, sir, it would be a simple task to remove Sir Roderick and lead him to some place of concealment. His lordship's bedroom suggests itself.
And Dobson wouldn't have the nerve to confess that he had abandoned the post of duty. That's what you're driving at.
Precisely, sir. His lips would be sealed.
No good. Wouldn't work. No, I'm not saying we couldn't get Glossop away, but the cops would see that there'd been some funny business. Their man would have gone and they'd figure it out that somebody had got him away. They'd put two and two together and get wise to us having done it.
No, sir. Not if the officers did find a prisoner in the shed. I would advocate substituting Mr. Wooster for Sir Roderick.
Split. Me?
Yes, sir. As I have already mentioned, the officers are unaware of the identity of their captive, believing him to be a member of the local troupe of Negroid minstrels. It is only necessary, therefore, that a black-faced prisoner be found in the shed when the moment comes for the accused to be conducted before his lordship.
But why me, Jeeves? I don't look a bit like old Glossop. They'd realize they'd been a switch straight away.
You are forgetting, sir, that only Constable Dobson has actually seen the prisoner, and his lips, as I say, will be sealed.
Yes, but Jeeves, anxious as I am to bring aid and comfort to this stricken home, I'm not so bally keen on doing 5 years in the jug for burglary.
There is no danger of that, sir. The building into which Sir Roderick was breaking at the moment of his arrest was your own garage.
Oh, in search of petrol?
No doubt, sir.
But Jeeves, all the same, reflect, consider, review the position. Am I supposed to have allowed myself to be pinched for breaking into my own garage and shut up in a shed all night without saying a word? It isn't, what is it? It isn't plausible.
It is only necessary to induce Sergeant Wools to believe it, sir. What the constable may think is immaterial, owing to the fact his lips are sealed.
But Wools wouldn't believe it for a minute.
Oh, yes, sir. I fancy that he is under the impression that it is a frequent practice of yours to sleep in sheds.
Of course! The other night. He'll just take it for granted that you've been mopping it up again, Bertie. Oh, I see. So I am to go down in the history of Chutnell Regis as one of our leading dipsomaniacs. That's right. Now, you aren't going to tell me you have any objection. What? But I mean, how could I think such a thing? I'm awfully sorry, Bertie. Of course you'll do it. I should never have doubted you.
Of course he will.
Yes. Sacrificing himself to a little temporary inconvenience to save his friends is just the sort of job Bertie Wooster jumps at.
Springs at.
Leaps at.
I've always thought he was a fine young fella. I remember thinking so the first time I ever met him.
Yes, but listen, I was at school with Bertie Wooster. I like to think of it. At private school, and also at Eton, and after that at Oxford, he was loved by everybody.
Because of his wonderful, unselfish nature.
You absolutely hit it. Because of his wonderful, unselfish nature. Because when it was a question of helping a pal, he would go through fire and water to do so. I wish I had a quid for every time I'd seen him take the blame for someone else's dirty work on his own broad shoulders.
How splendid.
Just what I would have expected of him.
Just. The child is father of the man.
You would see him face a furious headmaster with a sort of dauntless look in those big blue eyes of his. Chuffy, enough. Sufficient. I will go through this ghastly ordeal. But one word. When I come out, do I get breakfast? You get the best breakfast that Chutnell Hall can provide. Kippers, schools of kippers. Toast, mounds of toast. Coffee, pots. Well, mind I do. Come then, Jeeves. I am ready to accompany you.
Very good, sir. If I might be permitted to make an observation.
Yes, Jeeves?
It is a far, far better thing that you do than you have ever done.
Thank you, Jeeves. I look before me, Jeeves, and what do I see? The skeletons of 4 kippered herrings, a coffee pot, an empty toast rack. Who's the cook at the hall now?
A woman of the name of Perkins. Sir?
She dishes up a nifty breakfast. Convey my compliments to her.
Very good, sir.
Ah, dear. Oh, this is rather like the gentle sunshine after the storm, Jeeves.
Extremely like, sir.
And it was quite a storm, what?
Very trying at times, sir.
Trying is the mot juste, Jeeves. I was thinking of my own trial at that very moment. However, I must admit the unpleasantness was short-lived. Chuffy rushed things through nice and quickly. He soon settled Dobson's hash, what?
Yes, sir.
A rather severe reprimand, I thought.
Well phrased, sir.
And Bertram dismissed without a stain on his character.
Yes.
But with Police Sergeant Wools firmly convinced that he is an inveterate souse. Well, however, it's no use worrying about it.
Very true, sir.
The main point is that once again you have shown that there is no crisis which you are unable to handle. A very smooth effort, Jeeves, exceedingly smooth.
I could have effected nothing without your cooperation, sir.
Tush, Jeeves. I was a mere pawn in the game.
Oh, no, sir.
Oh, yes, Jeeves. I know my place. But there's just one thing. Don't think for a moment that I want to detract from the merit of your performance, but you did have a bit of luck, what?
Sir?
Well, the cable happening to come along in what you might call the very nick of time. A fortunate coincidence.
No, sir. I had anticipated its arrival.
What?
In the cable which I dispatched to my friend Benstead in New York the day before yesterday, I urged him to lose no time in retransmitting the message which formed the body of my communication.
You don't mean to say...
Yes.
You mean there's nobody contesting the will, really?
No, sir.
But what about when old Stoker finds out?
I feel convinced that his natural relief will overcome any resentment at the artifice, and he has already signed the necessary documents relating to the sale of Chuffnell Hall.
So that even if he's sick as mud, he can't do a thing?
Exactly, sir.
Golly, Jeeves.
Might I ask, sir, what you intend to do now?
Eh?
Now that your cottage is burned down, sir, is it your purpose to take another in the neighborhood?
No, Jeeves, no. I shall return to the metropolis.
To your former apartment, sir?
Oh, yes.
But,
I know what you're going to say, Jeeves. You were thinking of the neighbours' objections to the old banjolele, which drove me out in the first place. Circumstances have changed, Jeeves. As you know, my banjolele perished in the flames last night. You will be pleased to hear that I shall not buy another.
No, sir?
No, Jeeves. The zest has gone. I shouldn't be able to twang a string without thinking of Brinkley. And the one thing I do not wish to do till further notice is to think of that man of wrath.
You are not intending to retain him in your employment, then, sir?
Retain him in my employment? After what has occurred, after finishing first by the shortest of heads in the race with him and his carving knife, I do not so intend, Jeeves. Stalin, yes. Al Capone, certainly. But not Brinkley.
Then, as there is a vacancy in your establishment, sir, I wonder if you would consider it a liberty if I were to offer my services.
What, Jeeves?
I venture to express the hope, sir, that you might be agreeable to considering my application for the post. I should endeavour to give satisfaction, as I trust I have done in the past.
But
I would not wish in any case to continue in the employment of his lordship, sir, now that he is about to be married. I yield to no one in my admiration for the many qualities of Miss Stoker, but it has never been my policy to serve in the household of a married gentleman.
Why not?
It is merely a personal feeling, sir.
Oh, I see what you mean. The psychology of the individual.
Precisely, sir.
And now the banjolele is no more, you really want to come back to me?
I should esteem it a great privilege, sir, if you would allow me to do so, unless you are thinking of making other plans.
No, Jeeves, no. That is to say, yes, Jeeves, yes. Thank you, Jeeves.
Not at all, sir.
In that episode, the parts were played as follows. Jeeves, Michael Hordern; Bertie, Richard Briers; Lord Chuffnell, Clive Francis; Pauline Stoker, Connie Booth; J. Washburn Stoker, Blaine Fairman. The episode was adapted for radio by Chris Miller from the book Thank You, Jeeves by P.G. Wodehouse. The programme was produced by Peter Titheridge.